step I take, I move my truth. Every time they tell me stop, I use every comment, hate that makes my fuel. Gather up my energy and boom, I hear them talking, saying the way that I move is so reckless. That is a part of my mind I've been blessed with, giving my blood so I am relentless.
This is a Keep Hammering Collective with Greg Poole. Dude.
What's going on, brother?
Hey, this is, okay. I'm going to say that I look forward to every podcast because we have to say that.
All right.
But this one I really have, just like I just told Rogan this morning, you're the OG archery guy. I just love, okay, here's a few things that I like. You've been around forever. You say whatever the fuck you want. I mean, for the most part, there's probably some shit that maybe we can't say, but we want to. But in general, you just tell it like it is.
Right.
And you've like been in the industry for decades. And I just love, basically, anytime you're on a podcast, I'm listening to that because you always have, your takes are always spot on. I mean, talking about haters or talking about Rogan or talking about whatever, you're like, whatever you say just makes sense to me.
Well, first of all, I appreciate it. Pound it.
Oh yeah, of course.
I still remember. I appreciate that comment, but I remember the first time we ever met, and I've told this story before. I think it was like 2002 at Spot Hog when you were in the acid wash denim days.
Oh yeah,
the pants, the jacket, the fanny pack. We actually met upstairs while Cave Johnson was doing some work on the shooting machine.
Oh yeah. So the Hooter shooter.
Yeah. And so we've met each other way back then. But no, man. I mean, that's the thing is when you not the whole internet, but in this space, when you predate the internet and you predate social media, a lot of people can't necessarily compartmentalize that and understand, one, that existed.
Yeah.
And number two, how things went then versus how they go now.
Yeah.
I was just showing you a piece of technology from 20 plus years ago.
Right.
That companies right now are all scrambling to incorporate into their bows. And it's like, that was around way simpler decades ago. But no, man, I mean, that's kind of my thing is just, respectful is a relative term. Yeah. And so saying what you want to say is one thing, how you say it's another.
Yeah. It's but people get worked up on how you say it.
Oh, 100%.
Instead of just listening to and we were talking about this, I think when we were talking about, it's funny. I was looking at this old bow with you. This is like, I shot PSE back in the day, but the comment that got people all worked up recently was something about speed and forgiveness and PSE's speed. Listen, I've been a PSE dick rider for a long, dude.
I remember.
I was obsessed with getting a Mach 6, and then I finally got my own bow, the Mach 10 CRH Blacktail. I did break like 3 limbs a year with this thing because this press, whatever it was right here. But listen, I love all bows. I love all archery. I love this industry. I love everything we do. But man, we get really worked up.
Oh, well, all right. Let's just dive into it.
Okay.
So, first of all, if you haven't seen the comment that Cam's talking about, he basically said, why are hunters, we as a collective, and this is the thing that I respect about you, and I do the same. When you and I have a comment about something that the hunting community is doing right or wrong, it's we. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I would love to say they.
Yeah.
The problem is it's not a they thing, it's a we thing. Mm-hmm. Just what it is.
Yeah.
And I hear you do it, and so I appreciate that as well. So the comment that you made about, and I guess unfortunately, but also publicity is a good thing, and a couple people follow you, is even naming the PSE Sicario is good for them.
Yeah, I maybe shouldn't have done that because it made it like really pointed, but I don't care.
Yeah, but
that's what I was talking about.
But here's the point. What other mainline bow company, Hoyt, Matthews, PSE, Bowtech, Prime, Elite, but how many of those companies are promoting and chasing the speed game in 2026?
Not many.
There are none. The answer is none.
PSE?
Yeah. And they're not even really chasing it. That was a bow that kind of made sense for them. Mm-hmm. PSE has historically been on the speed game, but your comment was 100% spot on. And so seeing people's reactions to it, to me, I'm just like, I don't understand why people are getting so bent about it, because your comment was, it was 100% accurate about 90% of the market.
Yeah. Yeah.
60% of the time it works every time.
All I said was a speed bow, like 350, I think is what they do with it's like a 5-something inch brace height. That bow, if you're perfect, it's going to be great. And some guy said he shot a 300. I'm like, great. Awesome. Good for you. Maybe you're just really good. For most people, you said 90%. Most people, a speed bow in a hunting scenario is going to be a disaster.
Well, it is, and there's lots of reasons. And so we've all been around shops long enough to know that we've seen people walk in and go, oh, I want to shoot that 364 per second bow. I want to shoot 360. Mm-hmm. And the first thing most everyone in the shop will say in their head, because they don't want to hurt his feel bads, is, you're not gonna. Mm-hmm. You're 5'8".
Right.
So you're not shooting that fast. Number two, have you ever drawn one of those bows? Mm-hmm. They're a nitro fuel dragster.
Yeah.
It's not a Cadillac.
No.
And so what do you want? And then people will literally try it and be like, what else you got?
Well,
and so you add up a super light arrow to get there. All these things have high let off. So now you have string tension, and it just compounds the. Mm-hmm. So your comment about missing super fast was not wrong. Yeah. It was 100% accurate. What's funny to me is the people that got the most upset about it are people that don't do that.
Yeah. Right.
It's like, I don't get mad at you for running 50 miles at a time.
Yeah. You just don't do it.
I just don't do it. Like literally when you asked me on here the next day, I'm like, hey, you're not going to make me run with you, are you?
Yeah.
Like it's just what it is.
Yeah, no, we're just talking archery.
Yeah, and so, but that is kind of what the internet has did, is it's made people react to things that have nothing to do with them.
Oh yeah. No, they get kind of butthurt about. So why are you upset again? What was this about?
Right.
And it's okay. Anything I say is generally all I care about is hunting. All I care about is achieving my hunting goals. So when I look at these bows and these things, everything is always through this lens of hunting. And I just know, I don't shoot high let off. I shoot, people will say, well, why do you shoot 90 pounds if you don't worry about speed? I'm like, it's a whole completely different thing.
Right.
I shoot a tall brace height bow. I like a 7-inch brace height if I can get it. To get any speed out of that, I'm going to have to shoot 90 pounds because I'm 27.5-inch draw.
Right.
But I don't shoot high let off. I still shoot low let off because for people who don't know, a high let off bow, you can move that anchor around pretty good because you can't feel it. There's less tension.
It's rough.
And it's like, so people could take that comment and say, oh, you can't feel a high let off bow? Yeah, maybe I could have reworded it. You can feel it. It's just easier to be off. So right. I'm like trying to control all these things. People see this thing sitting here. Every arrow I weigh, has to be within 1 grain before it goes in my quiver. And what I explained like to Joey Roll or to Joe or to anybody who gets into archery is everything matters.
Right.
Everything matters. So if everything matters, what of these things that matter is going to help you? What's going to hurt you?
Correct.
That's it. A short brace height bow is potentially going to hurt you.
Correct. Not potentially. Unless you are at a certain level, it'll really hurt you.
All I'm saying is, in a controlled environment, on the range, 20 yards, paper, there's your X, whatever, pull back, take your time, do whatever you want. Completely different than hunting.
Yes,
right?
100%.
Is that to say a person couldn't release a perfect arrow hunting? No, you can. The odds are going down, with all these scenarios, right?
Every heartbeat, it goes down.
Right. So I'm just like trying to control what I can control. And what I've learned in 40, so I've been hunting for 40 years. I've been bow hunting since 89. So it's like 37 seasons, something like that. What I've learned in hunting is it's hardly ever like on the range at the bow rack at 20 yards. I don't shoot tournaments. I never really have been a paper shooter.
Right.
So I can't really speak to that, but I have shot at the bow rack a lot. I have shot on my back. It's a lot different hunting.
Right.
Okay. It's things are happening a million miles an hour. Emotions are going, animals are reacting. And so, yeah, I'm trying to put all the things that I can control, all those odds I spoke of, in my favor if possible.
Correct.
So I'm shooting the straightest arrow. Okay. I'll pay more for what I think is the best arrow. An arrow is different from everything else. So you can talk about the bow, talk about the release, talk about the let off. Okay. An arrow is separate on its own.
Yep.
Is this straight? Is it going to fly? It's what's the highest likelihood I'm going to release an accurate arrow. Can that arrow affect where I'm going to hit? Yes, it can.
Yeah, 100%.
Based on tolerance, right? So if I look at everything individually, and people will say, well, oh, you talked about releases, and you say that they're advantage for target, but they're not. Yeah, they're not for hunting. In my opinion, for me, they're different for hunting. Mm-hmm. I want an index release. So I'm just looking at all this just through the lens of hunting. If you want to argue about it, you're going to lose. You're going to lose because I'm putting every odd in my favor for hunting only.
Right.
You're looking at it. Tack is a completely different thing.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Shoot your high poundage bow, light arrow with a field point, glue in whatever, make it as light as possible. I don't give a. It's not hunting.
Right.
It's not hunting. You're not worried about penetration. You're not worried about anything. You're worried about just tack, right?
Yeah.
That's different than Vegas. That's different than hunting. These are all different things. You can optimize for each one.
Yeah.
That's
well,
my point.
So the thing that I've been saying to people about your comment, because it got sent to me freaking tons of times, was they're like, and there's even people made some videos about it. And they're like, well, why do you shoot a 90-pound bow? And I've literally told everybody, it's not for speed. It's for energy.
Yeah, definitely.
So if you take, I'm not shooting 90 pounds.
Right.
Guess why?
Yeah.
Because I got a 32-inch draw length. I don't
thought it
have
was
to.
42.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I don't have to.
Yeah.
And so I shoot depending on my build, I either shoot a 520 grain arrow or a 600 grain arrow. I have two builds.
That's awesome.
70 pounds.
It's a lot of energy.
Yeah. Dude, it's like 104.
Yeah.
Well, I guarantee you that yours is probably that or more too. You're just having to use, because of the draw length differential, you're having to use poundage to shoot a heavier arrow, but probably getting the same kinetic energy that I am.
Right.
It's not a speed thing, it's an energy thing.
Right. Exactly.
And how fast do you think I could shoot if I shot a 350 grain arrow?
Oh.
Dude, it'd be like 340.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yeah.
I've been there. I've done that. And you just can't control it.
No,
you can't control it. So I'm not going to do it in hunting.
We used to do, and way before tack, we used to do skins. It's $1 a target.
Yeah.
And it's like best arrow at every target gets the pot. We cared about that like it was like the Super Bowl.
Right.
Like, oh, we're doing skins today or whatever at Myrtle Creek. Okay. It's on. You are optimizing that setup, lightest arrows you could find, most poundage, because, this is unmarked. So, and just before, you couldn't have rangefinders, even if they had them. So we're just judging yardage. It matters how fast that arrow shoots, right?
That's a whole nother matter.
So we've been through all the tiny little veins, the super thin, light arrows, everything. They'd bend if you looked at them, but they're light, right? And that's different than hunting.
Right.
So we can look at all this and calculate it and make decisions based on what we're trying to do. But yeah, to your point, it's not so much speed is a function of energy, but it's just one part of it.
Correct.
For me to get any energy, I need speed. For me to get speed at 27.5, I have to have poundage.
Right.
Because I don't want to give up. You're also sacrificing energy with a lighter arrow. So I don't want a light arrow.
That's right.
I want around a 500 grain arrow. So
Perfect.
for all that to work, 90 pounds.
Yeah. But the vast majority of people that walk into archery shops are barely shooting a 400 grain arrow.
Right.
Barely. Well, if the vast majority, and this is back to your comment was spot on. People just didn't like the fact that it was true, whether it applied to them or not.
Right.
And so, when it comes to like all the things that first of all, you're a sandbagger.
Yeah.
You're a total sandbagger. You act like you can't shoot very good.
Yeah.
You act like you don't know what's going on with your bows. You are full of shit, Cam Haynes. You are way smarter and you're a way better shot than you let on. So you can keep that. Yeah. Calling you out, playa. You can sigh all you want. Peep, you are a really good shot. No, you never did the tournaments because you don't give a shit about that.
Yeah.
But anyone who's watched you shoot out at the farm or anyone that's watched you shoot animals, that shit don't happen on accident.
Right.
And we've all gotten lucky on animals. That's not what I'm saying, but you're a really good shot.
Right. Over time, usually the truth comes to
That's what I'm
to the
saying.
surface,
So you're a really good shot and you always kind of downplay your knowledge of stuff. And look, man, you're, half a mile from one of the best bow shops in the country, and Wayne's awesome. And so you have access to something that is...
Yeah, I'm lucky for sure.
You're blessed with that.
Yeah.
But you're a good shot. Now, are you going to come to Vegas and drop 900s with Bodie Turner? Yeah, I'm not either.
No.
But you don't care about that.
Right.
But as far as what you've done and what you do, you're a really good shot. You should consider giving yourself more credit there, but you're not gonna. But that's just something that comes with learning. Like you were mentioning the wrist strap release.
Yeah,
dude, I was hunting out in Western Oregon, out in the strawberries in like 2006. Eastern Oregon.
Yeah,
and I'm out there and I had the old Jim Fletcher, on the bag in practice in camp. Wadding. Dude, we got out on an animal and I missed. Like full blown karate chop. It was terrible.
Yeah.
Twice.
Oh.
Go back to camp and I'm like, shit, what do I do now? Go back to the bags, wad them up. So I actually pulled out my Zenith Hinge and I've shot a Hinge for hunting ever since.
Okay.
I'm not recommending that for everybody.
Right.
Just like I don't recommend people run 200 miles at a time like you do.
Yeah.
Everything ain't for everybody.
Right.
I'm a firm believer in know your role.
Yeah.
So for me, the Hinge was like home. So when I would draw back, I mean, like for me, because I'm not, you and I are not in the same conversation when it comes to hunting. You are elite. I'm petite. And so, but when I draw back, I tell myself on an animal every time, the antelope I got in Colorado this year, I'm like, you're not shooting, Greg. Just draw back, see how you're aiming. Because for me, it seems like no matter where I go, as soon as I come to draw on an animal, an earthquake happens.
Yeah, and it's off.
Seismic.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, we're just going to see how you're aiming here. And if I'm aiming good, my release will click.
Yeah.
Not because I make it.
Oh, I see.
So when I draw back, if I'm aiming good enough, my form, because I've did it so many times, my form will just go click. And then I'm like, oh, we're doing this. Bonk.
Yeah.
And we're good. That's not for everybody. But like I was telling you right before we went on air, if you are shooting a Hinge or if you are shooting a thumb button, you got to be able to send it.
Yeah.
Because the animal ain't waiting. Just what it is.
I'm just curious. So I haven't messed around with it like that to know, but when you say you can send it, is that, I mean, I'm just thinking about I got a Wise Guy. Before that, I shot Scott forever, but I shot a Fletcher back in the day with a little rope and then I think whatever else.
Yeah.
So I've been index forever. I've messed around with other stuff, but
right.
But I know generally the mechanics of the index are exactly the same. Either you take your time, slow squeeze, or you punch it, slow squeeze. Mechanics are the same. When you send it, like you said, with a Hinge, is it exactly the same?
No, it's slightly different. The problem is with a Hinge or a thumb button, if you squeeze it to get it to go off, you're going to move out of your peep and you're going to miss.
Right.
So basically, if you have a handheld release and you need to let one go, folks, if you try this, be up close to the target or be in the middle. All you have to do is relax this index finger because that's where all the tension is. So if you just are here and you just relax this index finger, is gone.
And so you could have the anchor you need. You can have okay.
Yes.
I just think that it feels like that's a lot in the heat of the moment.
It 100% is.
And I know, so I don't know if we had this film come out this just recently. It's called The Bowhunter. But did you see the shot on the bull that I killed?
Yes.
So basically I had a tiny little hole. I tried to stop him. He didn't stop. So I'm like, I got to shoot right now.
Right.
If you're not familiar with how that works, or you have to do something weird, like you just said with your index finger or your anchor, if you try to do like this, you're blowing it on a once in a lifetime bull.
100%.
That's why I say and I don't know, on my experience, I don't think you can beat an index for hunting.
Basically, you're right. It's very, very rare occasions. Now, I'm going to say a name here. I'm not comparing myself to him.
Yeah.
Levi Morgan.
Okay.
I'm not comparing myself to Levi Morgan by any stretch of the imagination.
He is though the standard.
Oh God, dude, Levi's, it's ridiculous.
So when this whole speed forgiveness bullshit, people are getting all worked up for no reason for the truth. I just texted him. I said, hey, tell me about, for tournaments and hunting, tell me about your bows. What's the brace height?
Yeah.
What do you think he said?
Oh, 7+.
He said 6 for tournaments, 7 for hunting.
Right.
The best in the world.
Yeah. It depends what tournaments he's shooting. But for the
sure.
IBO stuff, absolutely
for sure.
6.
So it's like, he's the standard.
Yeah.
So that's different than what we were just talking about. That was more brace height, which is speed, kind of related. But go ahead to your point. Like, what did you bring him up right there?
Well, so he shoots a hinge whenever he wants as well. And so unless you have literally a 1,000,000 arrow shot count with a hinge or whatever, what I'm talking about is not for everybody.
Right.
You are 100% right. Do you know who Doug Koenig is?
Yeah.
He's won
Is he a pistol guy?
He shoots all the guns. Yeah, he's won like 20 BowJunky Cups.
Right.
He's
He's
the Mount Rushmore.
Yep.
And so I was at a national sales meeting for an optics company, and we were shooting rifles and everything. And I show up, and Doug's there, and all these operators are there, and I'm just the archery guy. But they all shoot archery. So we're at a little break between shooting, and Doug comes over to me. He goes, I have a question. I'm like, oh, do you? Okay. He goes, I love to shoot my bow when I hunt. Now remember, folks, Doug Koenig, the GOAT of shooting firearms. Keep that in mind. So he's shooting at his shop, and one of the shop employees says, hey man, we need to work on you not punching the trigger. And so he's asking me, what do I do? And I said to him, well, this is simple. Are you shooting your bow the exact same shot process and execution that you do with your guns? And he goes, yeah. I go, don't change a thing.
Yeah.
Don't change anything.
Right.
You're literally the greatest rifle firearm shooter. No. Do that. And I'm like, how often do you miss? He's like, oh, I don't really miss animals.
Yeah.
I'm like, and so you're going to consider changing because some dude at a shop said, looks like you're kind of punching it. Yeah, no. And so that's the difference between what is quote unquote textbook, you know, like your release hand. People look at it and they're like, oh, he does this and his finger. And I'm like, yeah, okay. Well, next time you see Reggie Miller or Larry Bird, walk up to them and tell them that their jump shots look like trash and they need to change it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Goes in the hole.
Right. Did it go in the hole?
Did it go in the hole?
Did the arrow hit where I wanted? Yeah, and also people I think they get a little confused because they see the anchor back here, but look at the string.
Right.
Okay. The string's not in my face. It's barely touching my nose. I do have either sometimes a Bowmar nose button or just a kisser for here, but I have a kisser. I have this. So if you're looking at like the mechanics of me shooting, just forget about this part.
Right.
Because this part is the same every time. No different than if you're sucked in like this or like, you know, whatever you're doing, it's the same. So let's look at the string. Is the string impeded? No, my face is out of the string. Yeah. So let's look at the mechanics, and that the arrow, the string, everything is exactly perfect, exactly what anybody wants.
Right.
So ignore the part you're focusing on for some weird reason, because it might be different, and let's look on what matters.
Oh yeah, dude. I mean, look, back in the day, everyone knows what archery talk is, or at least everybody knows what archery talk used to be. But back in the day, people would post pictures of like Jesse Broadwater or the greatest shooters that have ever lived. It was just as a joke, and then put "How's my form?"
Yeah,
and people would tear them to shreds,
criticize. Yeah,
so people on the internet are going to criticize the greatest. They're going to criticize everything and everybody. It doesn't matter who it is.
Right. Yeah.
And like, I don't know how often they show y'all this room.
Yeah.
But Ace Ventura's room of death ain't got nothing on this place.
Well, and so this has like been a lifetime of whatever, but I have been also on some, I mentioned Winnahaw, that was 24 years of putting in, but there's a lot of hunts that mean like, they're like true once in a lifetime, either money, draw, whatever, just shit's not going to happen. I have to believe in what I do, and I have to believe there's nothing that's going to stop me from killing this animal. So how do you get that confidence? It's all these little things, all this practice, all these, this visualization. But yeah, it's worked out pretty good.
You think?
Over the years.
You think?
And I don't know, people talk about, oh, must be nice to do this hunt, that hunt, whatever. It's like, when if you make a fucked up shot, blood hits the ground and it's not a fatal arrow, you're paying sometimes $100,000.
Yeah.
$100,000 on an arrow.
Right.
And plus then the disappointment and all these hopes and dreams, letting the animal down, the animal potentially suffering, the people who you're with, that your family who believed in you said, that's a lot of money, but it's like all this shit is weighing on you. So until you've been in that situation, I don't know, maybe shut the fuck up. No lies detected. Well, and I mean, I'm joking, people. You can say all your stupid shit you want to. It doesn't matter.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all. Like, literally should consider keeping your lips together. But I mean, I'm glad you bring that up. And that's the money thing. Have you seen this latest thing that has everybody triggered on the internet? Guys are, now this is going to sound very familiar since you're an OG as well. And I've never heard of you doing this, but you're going to have heard this.
Okay.
This guy set up a pile of trail cameras on public land. And he has spent hundreds of hours out there scouting, finding deer, blah, 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 blah. And then he is selling that information to whoever wants to buy it and go hunt those animals. And people are losing their minds. And I'm like, do y'all know how long that's not new?
Yeah.
That's not new. And so I'm glad you bring that up, especially like, number one, you do this for a living. Levi and the people that do shows do it for a living. And, Joe doesn't do it for a living. But the thing that really irritates me is how people get so upset about people with opportunities and means they don't have. But it's about time. Right.
Definitely.
You don't have time to go spend a month in New Mexico hoping you draw a certain, I made up New Mexico, I don't even know. But you don't have the time.
With putting 50 trail cameras out.
And to live out there with these, you don't have the time.
Maybe I'll get a tag. Maybe I'll draw this year.
Exactly. Right. And then what? You're screwed. This is what you do for a living.
Yeah.
And so guys like Joe and, guys like Levi that have a show to produce, that what you're paying for is opportunity and time.
Right. Yeah.
I mean, if all of a sudden the sky opened up and you and Joe Rogan could spend a month somewhere scouting, you would get the same animal.
Yeah.
But the money you pay is because you don't have the time to do it.
Right. Yeah.
And this is going to hurt some feels. It's not like when you go slam a monster blacktail or mule deer or elk that they go, oh yeah, Cam, see that bush with that trail over there? He's going to come out there at 7:07 a.m.
Yeah.
But that happens a lot hunting some other animals now, doesn't it?
Yeah, for sure. It's and people will say, they'll like lump me in with that. And, we're talking whitetail are pretty predictable.
Right.
You can to kill, usually you don't luck into killing a 200-inch whitetail.
Oh, no.
So if somebody's doing that, they're putting in a lot of work and they're busting their ass or they're paying a lot of money.
Right.
That's all there is to it. That's how it works. And they are more predictable. Is it guaranteed? No. A 200-inch whitetail, it's going to be 7 years old probably, and it's going to be smart. It knows the game. Yeah. So you're going to have to do everything right, and somebody, either you or somebody else, is going to have to put in a lot of time to do that. With elk, mule deer, blacktail, bear are a little easier, but they're not predictable. I mean, it can happen, not very often. If you're up before the sun, logging miles, lifting heavy, or chasing elk through the mountains, what fuels you matters. That's why I drink Black Rifle Coffee Company. Black Rifle Coffee is built by veterans, roasted right here in America, and made for people who keep hammering day in and day out. No shortcuts, just coffee and fuel that actually works. I'll be honest, I used to drink a lot of white monsters, just trying to keep my energy up, plus coffee. But once Black Rifle rolled out their energy drinks, I switched. The ingredients are way cleaner and they don't leave me feeling cracked out. And I feel a lot better about what I'm putting in my body. Same focus, same steady energy, no junk. As we move into a new year and look ahead to America's 250th year as a country, Black Rifle Coffee is taking things up a notch. New roasts, new gear, and more ways to give back to those who serve. So as you lock in on your goals and get after it this year, fuel up with something that works as hard as you do. If you're drinking coffee or energy drinks, make a Black Rifle. You can find it at Walmart, your local grocery store, or online at blackriflecoffee.com. And right now, get 10% off when you use code KEEPHAMMERING. Black Rifle Coffee, veteran founded, America's coffee. When it comes to seafood, most people don't really know what they're buying, where it came from, how it was raised, or what you're actually putting in your body. I used to question all of it, nutrition, taste, sustainability, until I found Wild Alaskan Company. Wild Alaskan Company delivers 100% wild-caught seafood straight to your door. No farmed fish, no antibiotics, no additives. The first box I got was impressive. Perfectly portioned, frozen right off the boat, and packed with flavor. I've been cooking it simple, pan-seared, salmon, halibut, and cod, and it's some of the best fish I've had. My favorite is a wild Alaskan salmon. It's rich, clean, and loaded with omega-3s. Buying wild-caught seafood matters to me. It supports healthy oceans, real fishing communities, and gives you food you can actually trust. And the best part is, it's flexible. You choose what you want, when it ships, and it just shows up ready to go. And there's zero risk. If you're not completely satisfied with your first box, Wild Alaskan Company will give you a full refund. No questions asked. Not all fish are the same. Get seafood you can trust. Go to wildalaskan.com/Cameron for $35 off your first box of premium wild-caught seafood.
Do you think people understand, like, whitetail, and the whitetail that's a whole nother thing. And it is 85% of our market. I'm not dissing whitetail folks.
I love I got big whitetail here. Yeah. I love them.
But it's just a different game.
Yeah, it's fun. I love all bow hunting.
Mule deer and elk aside, how many people that have watched you and consume your content really understand how hard it is for you to bebop out into the hills over here and slam some of the blacktail that you do? Because that's literally like hunting in the Amazon.
Yeah.
There's logging roads everywhere. Every swinging dick with a bow and a tag is up there driving all the logging roads. Do you think people understand that, how hard just that part is? Because you'll literally go out for an afternoon and kill blacktails that people are like, I've never even seen a blacktail that big. And you just like, so do you think people comprehend how hard that is?
I mean, blacktail are kind of unique species, so yeah, not a lot of people hunt blacktail. People who hunt blacktail know, they know that killing a big blacktail's tough.
Right.
And, but that's for the West Coast people. It's, most people, no, they wouldn't know because they hadn't done it. But I'm going to say all bow hunting is hard. Correct. So like there's guys like I'm always looking about like the next generation of guys coming up, and everybody kind of wants to skip the line a little bit and be at the top before they kind of pay their dues. But I'm looking at these young guys and be like, oh, this kid he works his ass off. He's, it just takes time usually. And I'm not criticizing these younger guys because I was that younger guy.
Right.
And I did write a book. I don't know if I did write a blacktail book, and I'd only killed 7 bucks. So people could say, who the f are you to write a book? You've only killed, I'd killed more mule deer, but 7 blacktail, trophy blacktail, and I wrote a book on it. So I get the skipping the line part, but you can tell somebody's passion. I want to support some of these young guys because I know how the industry is. The industry loves to eat our own, and they want to ruin people. If they think that they're competition, or if they think they're getting a little too much shine, they'll be like, you know what? I think you need to be humbled, or whatever the case, even if this kid is like something special. So I understand how it works. I get people who might not understand, who maybe, like you said, blacktail, maybe they don't get it, whatever. I'm all good with people just loving what we do, wanting to dream big, because I was that, but this shit takes time.
Oh,
the whole point to all that was it's a grind. Yes. It takes time to make a name, to prove yourself, to have these consistent results. And everybody wants it sooner than maybe it should happen, but it's a tough industry in that way. I mean, you've been around it forever.
Right.
What do you think is the biggest hurdle for, like, say somebody wants to be a big name in bow hunting? What is the hardest part of that?
2026 or 1996?
I don't know.
There's a big difference.
Yeah.
Because back then, and this is something that I talk to people a lot about, and this has to go to the ATA and kind of how the whole interaction is going. 25 years ago, how much let's just say 20 years ago, because you've been on the climb for a while now, how much access did the general public get to Cam Hanes? You could read his books, you could read his articles, and then you could see features on him in magazines and maybe see him at a show.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
Everybody knows, because of social media, everybody knows what you did yesterday. At least the amount you put out on the internet.
Right.
So people feel like they have a connection and a relationship with you. And that didn't exist 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And so that's why at the ATA now you don't see companies, and this is no offense to any of the companies, this is just the way it is, you and the Lakoskis and Ted Nugents, and you don't see them bringing in everybody for signings anymore.
Yeah.
Because people feel like they know you.
Right.
So are they going to stand in line for 45 minutes to get an autograph when they consume your content and comment, and you might comment or like it back? And so they feel like they have this relationship with you. Well, that's changed the entire landscape of the industry, especially for what you're talking about, like trying to get into it.
Right.
There's a couple ways to go about it. And there's a couple young kids, and really it's just going to be a matter of, well, how do you plan on breaking into it? You can buy your way into it. If you are independently wealthy, or dad's independently wealthy, you can go kill a bunch of hammers for 5 years, have some little bit of personality, and your social media will do very, very well. Not saying that those animals don't count, but it's a different scenario than someone like, there's a couple, James Visser from Bow Disciples.
Yeah.
He's just a fun dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Big personality.
Yeah. He doesn't care about killing the biggest of everything.
No.
He goes out and hunts. He does well, but he does tournaments, and he just likes to have fun with it. Ty Jordan, he's another kid. He's doing very well right now. He's all about the flight of the arrow and creative content, but he's not out there killing 200s and 400s every day. So how you want to build your foundation to get to where they are. It's harder now. Let me rephrase that. It's easier now to build a page that has 1 million followers, whether it's on TikTok, Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nope, I'm good. Whether it's TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, whatever platform you want to say, it's easier to build a million following page now than it is to have the credibility of someone that built that when social media wasn't as big a factor.
Yeah, organically. Yeah,
correct. And so that's built on accomplishments. You can build a page like that without necessarily having that level of accomplishments. Is one better than the other? I don't know. I'd start asking about conversions, and I could nerd out on the conversion thing. And look, I'm a dyed in the wool asshole. I've been on the marketing side forever, and so when somebody like I've known you forever, but when someone comes to talk about sponsorships and stuff, I'm like, well, show me your demographic information for your page. Well, what do you mean? I have this many followers. Yeah, I want to see where.
Yeah.
Where are they?
India? Yeah.
Somebody gets it.
So those are all fake.
Thank you. Or if you look at a page.
They're not buying shit.
Correct. Or if you look at a page that has hundreds and hundreds of thousands of followers and each post gets 12 likes. That's not real.
Yeah.
That's not real.
There's a lot out there. And it's like, to your point on the marketing, all they give a about, can you move product?
Conversion, yes.
Can you move product? You mentioned like your dad could have money, you could go kill all the stuff. Somebody like that isn't going to sell product. I mean, it's just...
They're not going to convert, no.
It's just, there's no... With how this works now, social media, yes, you have to connect with people. We used to do that at the shows. That's why I used to love going to the shows so I could see the bone collector guys, so I could see Waddell. And I was in the industry. So a lot of people in the industry would be lining up to get an autograph, right? And so, I get that. But the point is, it's like just money and just killing big stuff. It doesn't really result in, I think, where people hope it would.
No.
The personalities, like the James Visser style, the fun, I took a different route, like way more serious. And people would say, you don't have to train like a professional athlete to bow hunt. So I did a different one, but I was relatable to somebody who had a job, who still had dreams. So that's my connection to people. Just like a regular guy who has big dreams.
Dude, you had a job.
Yeah.
Like
forever.
A job. Like a 9 to 5. You worked for the city of Eugene or something.
Springfield Utility Board.
Springfield Utility Board for like 27 years.
Yep.
While concurrently doing all the shit everybody else saw. And so your thing, you came up in a time when it was raw, like raw. There was nothing fabricated. There was nothing, you weren't shooting bows as accurate as they are now. You weren't doing lots of things, but you came up and you didn't choose to do it the way you did it. The way you did it chose you.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
Because how many other people are literally going to be capable of being chosen by the path that chose you?
Yeah, not many. It's I was definitely lucky, but when you think about, we loved bow hunting,
right?
And then I loved writing. I wasn't that great at writing, I didn't think, but I loved sharing my stories. What I had to hustle, and I remember, when I was working with Eastman's, it was always like this big thing on. So the advertisers, running a magazine, you need advertisers, right? So if I could get advertisers, that gave me influence, not only with the people, but with the magazine, with Eastman's, because I was helping. So I remember one time I was working so hard with Jonathan Shepley to get them to put an ad in Eastman's that, and I don't know why I cared so much, but this is I wanted to make everybody happy. I'm always I think it's just kind of an example of hustling. I paid for the PSE ad to go in the magazine. I paid $1,100 or something.
Right.
I paid for it. I paid for PSE's ad to be in East. Why? Because I was I knew this is how this works. For this magazine to succeed, we need advertising.
Yep.
I can't have, because the knock would be like, oh, well, these companies, they sign you, then they don't have to advertise in the magazine. You know what I mean?
Kinda.
To me, it always worked best when there was an ad and the editor was shooting it.
100%.
Because then it's like they're getting hit from two different directions, right? From the professional ad and then from the organic. I'm killing shit. But sometimes it didn't work that way because PSE has budgets, Eastman's needed money, whatever. I was like kind of coming up, so it put a lot of pressure on. There was readers who would send shit in and say, I'm so sick of seeing Cam's face in this magazine. Because it was like I'd be on a feature, I'd be in, a 5-page feature, then on 7 of my sponsors' ads.
Right.
Spot Hog, Winner's Choice, PSE, if that's what it was. And so then I'm on every page in there plus, and people were just like, I thought this was our magazine. I thought this was for, the DIY guy and this all Cam. So there was this like balance, but point is, I think is what I wanted to get to is I was hustling, thinking about the business part of it all the time. And also like the optics part and like trying to play the game.
Right.
So this has been going on for a long time.
100%. And that money you spent was an investment in yourself, not an investment in your sponsor.
Yeah.
It makes total sense. You don't even want to know the amount of money I've spent on shit that had nothing to do with me personally, but it furthered what I was trying to work on.
Right. It's like you go on a hunt, you're like, you hope that you're successful. If it's a good animal, you're going to reap the rewards from that success.
Right.
Right. So you have to pay for the hunt and hopefully it comes back. And hopefully, or maybe you go on so many of these hunts, and then you have all the success, you can write a book. And I would trick myself into thinking that, I'm a professional writer. I would make $25 from an Oregon Hunter magazine article and spend thousands hunting.
Right.
So it's like for a while there, it didn't really work.
Yeah. You mean like the guys that go, going out and hunting, the meat's way cheaper than at a store.
Right. Yeah. No.
Not even close. That brings up a great point.
Okay.
Since you started up until in your career, probably 10 years ago, what was considered the pinnacle of the hunting industry? Having a television show.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, I wanted a hunting TV show. I wanted to be the host.
So why didn't you? I've asked you this question before, multiple times. So why didn't you? If I mean, let's be honest here.
Okay.
If that's not for everybody.
Yeah.
But if having a television show is the quote unquote pinnacle of what people consider in the hunting industry, why didn't you ever do it?
Well, I wanted it. I tried. So if I'm being objective, I don't think I was good enough. I don't know how else to say it. Because I was hustling. I was the host for Rocky Mountain Elk for Elk Fever. I was a host at Eastman's, but I wanted like a road trips.
Right.
Waddell to me, and there's pictures of right there.
Yeah.
Waddell to me was the ultimate hunting superstar. Right. I know there's people before. There's Chuck Adams, who I loved and, just obsessed over. There's Dwight Schrute. There's Larry Jones. There was Randy Ulmer, all these superstars, right? Miles Keller when I first came up. Lots of people. But to me, in my era, Michael Waddell was the one.
He had it all.
Funny, is a great shot. He's good at business.
Yes.
And that's part of what I was seeing also is like, God, this guy gets it. So anyway, I wanted a road trips. And I remember I talked to Womack one time. We were in Utah like a million years ago. And I'm like, could we ever do anything? Because he was like the best at the time. He was doing road trips originally. And that show was cutting edge. So I was working hard, like, how do I get an opportunity? And I just couldn't make it happen. I thought I had one time. The program director at Outdoor Channel, Jeff, what was his last name? Anyway, he was in charge of all the programs. So I did a pilot and I called it Beast Mode Bowhunting. And I had a hunt with Roy killing a brown bear. It's on my YouTube channel right now. And I was like, built up this hunt. This is going to be beast mode boning. This is kind of what the adventures we're going to do. Is like hardcore Alaska cutting, it's right on the edge of everything. Big brown bear on our own. And they said, yeah, no, Roy's not really, we wanted you to be like a superhero. And I'm like the superhero bow hunter, like, cause I trained and did all this. And I said, listen, Roy is a superhero.
Right.
Roy is the one.
He's gangster.
I'm like, you don't get any more hardcore than this guy. They're like, yeah, it doesn't, wanted you to be
he doesn't fit the mold.
Right. And so I was just like, that was probably as close as I was. And I chose the path to, I wanted to share Roy, because he's like such a badass, and I knew it, but it just didn't work. So I had opportunities. Like if I was good enough, people would have seen me on the Rocky Mountain Elk show and been like, this guy needs his own show. Or they would have seen me host Eastman's and be like, this guy's a superstar. He needs his own. That never happened. So that, to me, that tells me if I'm looking in the mirror, I wasn't good enough.
That didn't happen, period, or that didn't happen that you heard of?
That I heard of, I guess. Yeah.
So that's not saying it didn't happen.
I don't know. I
don't want to assault
I didn't have my own show.
Well, this is true, and I don't want to assault anyone's game, but you've seen the quality of some of these hunting shows over the last 20 years.
But that's also a little bit different because you could, to your point about money, you could pay to have your own show.
Oh, 100%.
You could be the worst on camera, the worst hunter. You got money? You want to pay for airtime? It's like me buying that PSE ad. You could do that on Outdoor Channel. Right. They didn't give a how many viewers you got if you paid for the airtime.
Correct.
So there'd be people out there paying for airtime and nobody's watching this shit. They got no sponsors. They're going in the hole every episode, every season. Outdoor Channel's like, check cleared.
Right.
You got a show.
Literally.
So it's not really like the public is generating this opportunity or the industry said, oh, this guy's a star. We want to see more of him. It wasn't that. It was like, if you have money, you can have your own show.
Right.
So I didn't have money. And then I didn't have anybody who believed in me enough to be like, well, we'll front this thing. So Outdoor Channel was kind of a weird thing in that way. There's only a few shows that actually, I think, made money.
Right. Well, and they own several, and it was let's just be honest, it was the good old boys network back then.
Yeah, sure.
I mentioned this on several podcasts. Does anyone remember Jimmy Big Time?
Yeah, I do, because he filmed me on hunts.
Bro, that dude was hilarious.
Yeah, I loved him.
If they, and I've said this to everybody, if they remade Jimmy Big Time today, it would be the #1 show in 3 months. Yeah,
people are more... Now with social media, they would get it more.
Correct.
We didn't get it back. I mean, hunters didn't get it.
No,
they're just like, got offended or some shit. It's just like, do you guys get satire?
Yeah. Why is he eating Doritos in the stand after telling everybody to be quiet?
Do you get satire?
He's joking.
Satire is confusing for idiots. I mean, they just don't get it.
Right.
It's like Babylon Bee. People are just like, what?
Yeah.
Can you believe this? It's like, that's a little bit of truth, but do you understand how this works?
Exactly. So at what point, so do you think it was the fact that you didn't immediately dabble deep into the whitetail side of things that made you not get a show? Or because right now, I mean, let's just be honest, scheduling wise right now, if you want to be on network, you can't have a bear and elk and mule deer only show. You can't kill enough in a year to get enough content.
Yeah, because you need 12 shows basically.
Yeah, minimum. Yeah. And so how much do you think that played into it, that you weren't necessarily dabbling in the whitetail side, which is the moneymaker?
Yeah, probably, because whitetail's always dominated the market.
It still does.
I mean, even, there's I was with a lot of the camo companies when they first started getting into the Western pattern, and it was just a smaller part of the market, but they want to own everything. So they'd be like, oh, we better have a Western pattern. But generally it was like, if you're not killing big whitetail, those guys love Outdoor Channel viewers. love sitting down and watching big whitetail.
Right.
That's most of the viewers. That's most of the hunters. So Western hunting, it did make it tougher. But then you started to get into, Eastman's did a good job of this, of selling the dream,
Correct.
right? The
adventure of it.
You're not from the West, but you dream of hunting the West,
Yes.
and so now we can help you get tags at the MRS section. Then Hunting Fool came on. And then all these places about getting tags, that was a thing. Like, okay, do you have a dream of killing a big bull? We can help.
Right.
So we got into the dream part of it, which helped me for sure, because that was what I was doing. But yeah, I think it's bottom line, attention is currency. If you have the biggest part of the market, that's a lot of attention. You got that value.
Right.
I just didn't have it, I guess. And
I do think we're missing a part here, which is you also have to find a cameraman that can survive one hunt with Cam, let alone 12.
That would fall into the category of, if Cam ever asked me to go hunting, the answer would probably be no, because I'm not good enough. You're 100% right. And I know how mentally tough you are. We ran into each other at Hoyt 2016 or 17.
16, I was going to say, yeah.
Right after you ran that Death Valley shoot.
Yeah.
Or that Death Valley run. Mm-hmm. I don't know how you were walking.
Yeah.
You didn't even look like you wanted to be alive in the moment.
Probably didn't.
So I know mentally you are extremely tough. Mm-hmm. How did you process, as someone who was used to winning, mm-hmm. or at least used to competing? We all want to win.
Right.
Not everybody competes. And there's a big difference. Mm-hmm. And we can get into the difference between competing and winning. So how did you mentally process I'm not going to have a show?
Yeah, that was, I don't know. It put a big chip on my shoulder for sure. But like when you talk about competing versus winning, yeah, we all want to win, but there's something about, like, I've been competing my whole life. That's what people, I think, sort of forget. Because, I mean, I've had to fight for everything.
Right.
So I've been competing, like, even just athletically since I was 5, right? So when you grow up competing, you're different.
Right.
You're just different. That's just the way it goes. So to me, life has always been competing. And that was just another one where, okay, you watch this. I'm gonna make sure you made the biggest mistake by not giving me this opportunity.
Right.
And it was hard back then because to get opportunity, either like a magazine had to give you a column or a space in the magazine. The TV show had to give you airtime, or a sponsor had to pay for the airtime, or the Outdoor Channel had to give you airtime, and then they would sell the sponsorships. You wrote a book, or you had sponsors like Hoyt or your camo company that believed in you and they would market you.
Right.
But at some point, it came down to like, how are you proving you're better than everyone else? So it's always been that. And when I didn't get the TV thing, because I had to rely on other people for that to happen, I'm like, that's why social media for me and the internet has been, that was 2008. I remember this specifically because it caused a huge issue. It caused me leaving Eastman's. It's like this whole thing where I was like, finally, like, wait, I can be in charge of
me.
Who sees me?
Right.
And, I'm not saying Eastman's wanted to keep me down or whatever, but it was just changing the landscape.
100%.
Right. And I kind of recognized it. And with Eastman's, the thing was, my last name was never Eastman.
Right.
So it's like, I'm not Guy Eastman. I'm not Ike Eastman. I'm not Mike. I was never going to be.
Right.
So it's like, I understand family loyalty for sure. And then I was like sort of the outsider. I'm very appreciative for all that I got. But at 2008, I was just like, holy shit, maybe I don't need anybody anymore. Maybe I can do this myself. And it wasn't like it wasn't a come to Jesus moment and I quit or anything like that. It was great. I mean, I nothing but respect for those guys, but it was just 2008 changed everything. And for somebody like me, I could be like, I can say what I want. I can post what I want. I can share whatever picture I want. I don't need anyone. Oh, you don't want to give me a TV show? Guess what? I'll put it out myself. And so that's been huge for somebody like me.
Well, absolutely. And I mean, I've been watching the whole time, and I can tell you this, my personal opinion is they did you a favor.
Yeah. I don't know.
The folks that didn't give you a television show.
Yeah. It's worked out okay. Yeah.
They did you a favor.
Yeah.
And in turn, they did the industry a favor because had they not lit that fire into your ass, not that you needed one.
Right.
But had that not happened, the platform you've built, the way you've built it in its current form wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
So whoever it was that told you no, I think they did you a favor.
Yeah. I mean, it didn't feel like I needed to thank anybody at that time. It was more like, I want to burn everyone down. But now, because if I think about it now, so let's think about this. We did this, our stats, end of the year stats, but, so our videos got 10 million views, which is 200,000 views a week. 200,000 times 52, isn't that? That'd be 10 million.
About.
Yeah. So no outdoor channel shows are getting 200,000 views a week.
Not even close.
So, and the podcast gets 80,000 downloads.
Right.
And when I talk about attention as currency, that's valuable.
Right.
So if you think about this platform now, to your point, way more than TV could have given me as far as reaching people, influencing people, sharing what I love to share. So yeah, I am very thankful. But from 2008, this has been a while,
right?
18 years, right? And it's paid off a little bit before this, so maybe 15 years. But 15 years is a long time just to grind and feel like you're getting screwed.
Right.
And that's what I did. I felt like I was getting screwed. Part of it was like, I have a regular job, so maybe I'm not fully invested like I should be. Maybe that's me. So I had my own doubts myself. But if you look back on it now, right now, to make it, or to be like at the pinnacle in the industry, I've been lucky in that we have YouTube, we have the podcast, we have great photos, that's more content, that's more attention, that's more currency. I write books. I got a lot of media out there.
Right.
So like for my partners, it's very valuable. And I bring that up to say that I've done this. Anybody has this opportunity now.
Right.
All the things I just mentioned, all those platforms, anybody can do it.
Anybody can do it if they have the integrity not to pitch snake oil.
Yeah, that's also tough.
And like myself, you're a KISS guy. Keep it simple, stupid.
Yeah.
Like, you don't see me every other day pitching some tiny little stupid gadget, knick-knack, bric-a-brac. We just don't do it.
Yeah.
And so that's played a huge part in, I think your success too is that once you decided to go out and do it on your own, you were like, well, here's how I'm going to do it. And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
You and I have had the conversation of, when and I've been on I've been on both sides, but I've been on the company sponsorship side a lot. And when you start talking about the contracts, you start talking about deliverables. And through your own work, you've gotten to the part where it's like, y'all see what I do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This is what I do.
Yeah. I'm like those contracts that come in with the deliverables. I'm just like, I mean, we had this, I remember, I think maybe it's Looper said this at one time, but they brought up that I don't tag Hoyt, right? This is years ago. Looper hasn't been there for a while, but I loved him too. Now it's Jeremy Eldridge, and I don't, nothing but positive with Hoyt.
Right.
But they said, oh, you never tag Hoyt. And I'm like, I don't tag anybody. They said, and so I just said, well, who sells the most bows for you? You do. I'm like,
what's the problem?
What are we talking about? Yeah. So it's figuring out that game and also just knowing, I just knew my value.
Right.
I knew, and I was like, I don't know, aware enough to know what that when this landscape changed, what worked and what didn't, because I still see people who still don't get it. They'll put up a post, say if it's anything, they're showing their arrows, they're tagging Traeger grills. Right. So it's like, what the are you doing? It's completely worthless.
Right.
What you just did. And it's also devaluing the rest of your shit. So when you do mention them, you've mentioned them in every post, so it doesn't mean anything.
Right. Well, and the algorithm is always watching.
Yeah. Right. And it's
100%.
Yeah. I don't know the algorithm. That seems like it's changing a little bit. I just know that the hashtags, the tagging, every sponsor you ever had, it never really got to where it felt like people were hoping it would get them to.
They actually just changed that on Instagram, I think, from where guys used to tag this many sponsors.
Yeah.
I think now you can only tag 3 or 5.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they changed it. Because
I never did it.
It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's like you look at all these tags and you're just like, I'm not clicking or looking at any of that shit.
Yeah.
And
Well,
so like when it comes to equipment, this is something that I think, you are, specifically qualified to discuss is kind of the keep it simple, stupid method. And we talked about speed bows, and like we said, there's only one company really right now that did, and it's not like you see PSE, marketing that bow every 5 minutes. I mean, I talked to a couple other people in the industry about speed bows before I came over here. Companies that back in the day were in that fight. And with all the speed bow marketing, it was never equaled 5% of their sales.
yeah.
And so it might get someone in the door, but that's generally not what they're buying.
Right.
And so for you, like, you don't change a lot, like at all.
Right.
And so when you start, and this is something I think is, look, archers love to tinker. We all know that.
Yeah.
I love to tinker. I just don't tinker with unknown variables. Like, I don't just all of a sudden try a different product in a category just because I think I want to try it.
Yeah.
If something's working, that's just what I do. And so for you, having the unit of measure that you do, hunting wise, and I know that, like with Jelly, by the way, great job on that first buck of his. That was freaking,
Oh, man.
that was freaking awesome.
That was the best.
And Joe Rogan and, any of the other people that you help. And I know that Jelly and Joe are the flagships, but you work with other people behind the scenes that you don't talk about, so I appreciate that. But when it comes to equipment, I think archers get misled a lot. Not just speed bow wise, but just every knick-knack, bric-a-brac, whether it's
marketing.
Yeah. And it's like marketing has creative license. And so, when I start thinking about things that I want to change or play with, dude, I put them through rigorous testing before I ever hit the field with it. And so, I haven't changed hardly any, what's my most recent thing that I guess vanes would be the only thing that I've.
What do you change?
I put a shit ton of work into the DCAs, the Super Sabers, and the Mini Sabers.
Oh.
They're the ones that are shaped funny.
Oh, okay.
Period.
Like with it, have the thing?
Yeah. So it comes up like this and then goes boop, boop.
Okay.
And so that's for a reason. And so, I've said this on other podcasts. I can get a vane to do any goddamn thing I want.
Yeah.
Period. Give me a hunting arrow, certain vane. I can get it to do anything I want. So for me, the only thing that I really look for at this point is how quiet it is and how well it does in the wind.
Yeah.
Because I can get any of them to hit an animal. Yeah. I mean, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of really the only thing that I've changed, but I still hunt with a 20-year-old aluminum HT hinge. My spot hog sight is probably 10 years old.
Yeah.
And I'll get the new bow here and there, but new equipment. And look, the industry needs people to buy new equipment. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
We appreciate it. I was hanging down at the bow rack before I came over here, and this guy was in there, and he literally goes, "Hey man, I want to thank you guys. You guys got my bow tuned up great. I Robin Hooded an arrow this morning." And everyone's like, "Oh yeah." And I said, the arrow industry appreciates your business.
There's 2 arrows right there. Because you got to leave the arrow in the other one.
Yeah, at first you do. For us, we're like, God damn it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know, because nowadays, like the arrows I shoot, I think are about $50 a piece.
That's what I'm
dude.
talking about. Right.
I'm not. You don't see any Robin Hoods around here. Also, I don't shoot at the same spot all the time. But
right.
Yeah, it's to your point though. Also, I don't tinker. I'm like, I don't give a what's out. If I know what works, it takes a while for, like, I didn't switch to blazers for a long time because I had the 4 or 5 inch, whatever the they were they, maybe they're boning still, but anyway, they weren't the short.
Right.
It took me a while to switch to that. And then I went to the AAE, those
Max Stealth.
Yeah. Those vanes, 4 vanes on that. And again, you can say whatever the you want, but as far as hunting goes, that makes my arrow fly the best, the most perfect when I f everything up.
Right.
When I punch the trigger, when maybe my level didn't get to where, because that, like the bull in the Winnahaw wasn't going to stop. I have no idea what my level was doing. I look at it, but at that moment, I just had to shoot. So point is, in the heat of the moment, or like split second decision, all my equipment performs.
Right.
So do you need 4 vanes? Probably not. When you're standing on the line, when there's no environmental factors going on.
Right.
Yeah. Do whatever you want. If we're like heat of the moment through, whatever, you got a pack on, you're tired, you're everything else. I want to make sure when I punch that trigger, like I know I do, that arrow is still flying perfect. Yeah. So that's my only goal with everything. That's why it's a heavy arrow. That's why it's a tall brace height. That's why it's a 4 vanes. That's why it's the most straight arrow in the world, because it's for less than optimal situations. We're not designing to be perfect with everything perfect.
Right.
We're designing to be as close to perfect with everything up.
Correct. Forgiveness. It's all about forgiveness.
Forgiveness. That's it. And all these people get worked up like forgiveness over speed. It's just like, is this still, like I said the other day, is still a thing? We're still talking about this shit?
Right.
What do you mean?
Yeah. Like every hunting bow that is not designated a speed bow are literally all within 10 to 12 feet a second.
Yeah.
All of them. Mm-hmm. All of them.
Right.
And it's like, like right now, the big thing is, everyone, how many carbon bows are there on the market now? 4. Mm. Hoyt, PSE, Elite, and Bowtech all have carbon bows.
Okay.
Some of them are heavy.
Yeah.
2 of them are heavy.
Right.
Heavier than aluminum.
Oh, really?
So what are we doing?
Or they're very close.
No, those ones aren't.
Well, even in the heyday, it was like what? The heyday of light bows.
Oh, right.
It was like 3 to 4, like 3 for the carbon, 4 for the aluminum, or was it 5 for the aluminum?
It was right around 4.7 to 4.9 for aluminum, and the carbons were in the high 3s.
Okay. To me, again, just like speed, that's just marketing. That's just marketing. It's like, because we put all this shit on the bow afterwards.
I was just going to say.
I got the back bar. I got the other bar. I got all the shit.
Right.
Because I want that quiet, because I'm hunting. And I want it to hold.
Well, you have to hold it still.
I want it to hold still. I'm going to shoot one time. One time. I want that one arrow to be perfect. And for that bow, maybe because I punch the trigger, maybe a heavier bow reacts slower to me punching.
It's a fact.
And so that's why I do all that. That's why I've never shot a carbon. I don't give a about how much shit weighs. I'm trying to put that arrow in the lungs.
Dude, I'll tell you one of the things that resonated with me. Like, I like Joe and I listen to his stuff. One of the things he said that hit home for me the most was when he first started hunting with you, and I don't know where you guys were hunting, but he said that you were like, we need to get up this hill. And you're Cam Haynes, so you're just like, beep, 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 up this hill, no big deal. And Joe's explaining when he got to the top of the hill, he literally wanted to die.
Yeah.
Well, that's when you might have to shoot.
Yeah. Yeah.
And look, I got a buddy, Dave Madden, up in Alaska, and okay, depending on who you are, if you want to build a sub 5-pound total bow to hike 27 miles back into the whatever, yeah, okay, you can get away with that. Mm-hmm. But for the rest of humanity, a heavier bow is going to be steadier, and a heavier bow is going to be harder to move.
Yeah.
And by move, I mean when you're doing this, or if you're Joe Rogan and you just tried to follow Cam Haynes up a hill and your heart rate's like 190 and shit's moving all over the place, you got to make a shot. So the light bow is kind of an oxymoron because yeah, we put stabilizers on there with all the weight. We put sights that in rests and quivers, and we put all this. Hunting bows are generally 6 to 7 pounds anyway.
Yeah.
And so, you know, and this is the thing that I've heard forever. And this is kind of the way I was, I don't say brought up, but way back in the day, they would say, well, what are you going to sacrifice? You only get to shoot once.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to bring less food and water? And the answer for me is absolutely not. My miles per gallon sucks.
Right.
But no, I'm not bringing less food and water, but I'll bring something less if I have to have a certain weight limit on a pack. But hopefully you're only shooting one arrow.
Yeah.
Don't compromise on that.
Right. That's why we're there.
Right.
That's all this other shit. We're there to kill an animal.
Right.
So if it's not helping that, I don't give a about it. And it's like everything that's on my bow, every reason I choose what's on my bow or what I use is only for that one thing.
Right.
And it's like, you know, so when I see that, when I see the lightest bow on the market or the fastest bow on the market, to me, it's just like, it's just bells and whistles. It's just a selling point. It does not, I want the most accurate bow on the market. And that's what can't be measured because if you're going to measure with a hooter shooter, they're all pretty damn accurate because that's a perfect controlled situation.
Right.
So we're never really truly getting the most accurate unless you're putting it in this hunter's hands with all the shit weighing in, kind of up your process.
Right.
That's how you figure it out. So we can't all do that. I just know these attributes that I need to give me the most confidence in what I have seen help me deliver a lethal arrow as often as possible.
Right. Well, I mean, look, if you go back 20 years in archery, it was a speed race. If you go back 30 years, it was a speed race.
Yeah.
30 years ago, companies were challenging each other to come to the ATA show and shoot through a chronograph. And that went all the way up through the PSE X-Force and the Matthews Monster and Bowtech with their Destroyer. Like, there was a speed race in archery.
And that's fun. It's fun to shoot an arrow and see how fast it is.
Yeah, and that shit was 10, 15 years ago. And guess why it went by the wayside? Because less than 5% of the market bought them.
Because nobody gives a really.
No, they don't. No, like literally they don't. And so that's part of that whole mentality is people get distracted with things they think they want, but they're not things they need.
Right. Yeah.
And that's the thing that I've always respected about you is it's like, yeah, it's like myself. I say, if you told me wearing a pink thong would make me shoot better in a tournament,
where are they?
Where in the hell are those 40-inch?
I'll buy 'em.
Yeah, I'm on it. And you're the same. It's like, I don't care what I want.
Right.
It's what I need.
Yeah. What's going to help me get to achieve my goal?
Yeah.
It's, I don't know. I think I love that people get worked up though. Right. I love that we care this much, you know? So all these guys that made the video and the PSE Sicario and even PSE tagged me, love it.
They did?
Love it. Yeah.
They should have.
It's great.
Yeah.
I mean, I want to celebrate the shit. I want people.
Right.
So I've been around long enough, and it's like I wonder if I say this, tell me what you think. But it's like here's what it always was like back in the day. I shot PSE because at first I liked the red PSE. Remember the stickers everybody had?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, those popped. Those are sick. So I had a PSE hat, cool logo. Oh, then they made me the bow, but they had the Mach 6 as $1,100. How good must this be? It must be amazing. So they had like pretty good marketing. But then it was like Matthews. Anytime I'd shoot a Matthews, it wasn't the best performing bow for performance, but God, that thing pulled good.
Right.
It was so smooth to pull, and like it's quiet and smooth and quiet, and you're like, well, it's not a screamer,
right?
But man, comfortable to shoot.
Right.
Hoyt. They had they just looked sick. Those tech risers or whatever the hell they were, that they looked so good. Like that riser right over there, that battle worn, whatever, such a good looking bow. Do you see that battle worn Hoyt's in there?
Yep.
But even back before that, like they just looked like the engineering seemed better than everybody else because of how they looked, right? And it just looked like it could perform.
Right.
And then I shot one and I'm like, then they're bulletproof. I've never, like I talked about this, I went through 3 limbs on these bows. I've never had a failure with a Hoyt. So I've been shooting them now since 2005. So what is 21 years? Never had a failure.
Right.
How does that happen?
Well, they run over their shit with trucks.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
and dry fire 1,500 times.
dude, it's ridiculous.
So
like,
it's crazy. So if I think about these big brands, it's always like there's only a couple things that stick out that catch your attention. The Matthews, comfortable to shoot. The Hoyt, God, just looked like a performer, and then it's bulletproof. And then the PSE, they had that thing for a while. That was kind of cool. Now, if people are talking about PSE Sicario, great. Awesome. I love it. Just not the greatest hunting bow. Yeah. Can people kill? Of course. Of course. You can kill with anything. We're talking about optimizing.
Right.
So I know some kid or some guy tagged me. He shot a 300 and he's killed his stuff. I'm like, awesome. I love it. I couldn't shoot a 300 right now. So you're better than me. So it's like, I'm not taking this shit personal.
Right.
Unless you want me to, then I can. But yeah, I just love it all. I love the whole industry, and I want everybody to kick ass is my point. I just think a lot of it is just playing the marketing game, which is fine. Yeah. That's how it works.
100%. Well, and I mean, and that's part of that is it's like, okay, look, even the guys that made the videos and even the guys that said stuff, then before their video ends, they say, well, we know they don't tune as easy, and we know they don't hold. You got to work a little harder to get them to hold. And yeah, they're a little less forgiving because of the shorter brace height and, with the high let off, the string tension, but it totally works. And it's like,
yeah,
bro, you literally just explained Cam's exact point.
Right. Yeah. It's, I said it a little abrupt on that version. I've said it before, but I said, because I mentioned Sicario, then I mentioned, just, you won't hit shit. That's not true. Obviously, you can hit stuff. So don't get too worked up. But yeah, it was.
Well, it's the same thing as if I would have said to you, Cam. And I could imagine the look on your face right now if I said, yeah, I got a 32-inch draw length. I shoot 70 pounds. I have one arrow build that's 350 and one arrow build that's 1,000.
Yeah.
You would be like,
what?
What the f- are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, why? Oh, well, I want one that shoots super fast and one that doesn't. Okay. No, there's a window.
Yeah.
And most everybody that we know operates within that window.
Yeah.
And so if we were to get paper and write down my build and your build and Joe's build and what you did for Jelly and Wayne Endicott's and Levi Morgan's, and if we were to write down all of the normal folk that we know, all of those builds would fall under a window.
Yeah.
90% of the people that just walk into an archery shop and buy a hunting rig don't buy in that window.
Right.
They sub 400 grain arrows, and so all of these things that come into play. So your comment was appropriate. It's the internet. So
yeah,
it is what it is. And so I guess, for me, I'm all about accuracy. And I don't hunt near as much as you do. And so for me, I do shoot tournaments but I do hunt as well. And so for me, I don't care what it is. All I care about is accuracy.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't have, I don't need an archery shop necessarily per se down in Klamath Falls where I'm at. It's kind of a different thing, but the community aspect of what archery does, and this is something that I wanted to ask you about. I talked with Jeff Poole from the ATA a couple weeks ago, and it was the dreaded crossbow situation.
Oh, fuck.
Right.
Yeah.
And so, my thing on the crossbow deal is, well, look, they're not going away.
Yeah.
They're half the market. But the recreational side, and Jeff did bring up a good point, so I wanted to get your opinion on this. And so my thing is, FET and all that other bullshit aside, but is that the recreational culture side of crossbow archery is not where it is for upright archery. Like you and I could be like, hey, let's meet at the Cascadian out there. I'm over in town. Let's go shoot a bunch of arrows.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. We go out there and shoot a couple hundred arrows, have a good time, shoot for dollars, blah, blah, blah. Crossbow people don't do that because their bows can't.
Well, and they don't need to be accurate.
Right, but that's the recreational culture part of it. We enjoy it.
Yeah, for sure. There's not a community. There's not like, well, like on my page where I just, my bio is just Bowhunter.
Right.
Nobody's saying crossbow hunter.
Right.
Nobody's like proud of that. Like, it's you do it so you can hunt during bow season, and it's sort of like, whatever, it's not that cool. It's allowed.
Right.
But bow hunting, or bow hunters are a community.
Right.
And passion, and they care, and it matters, and you practice, and you're obsessed about this shit. Crossbow people, they don't have to be obsessed about it. They can just go out. I've never even shot one, so I don't know what the I'm talking about. But I've talked to people who say, "Hey, here's how accurate they are, all the way out to here. You just do this, you hold it on, whatever." It's just not the same.
No, at all.
You don't have to live and die like I do for archery to be accurate with the crossbow.
Correct.
This shit doesn't matter that much. So if it doesn't matter, it doesn't matter.
Right. Well, so Jeff Poole brought up a point that I wanted to get your opinion on. And he said, because look, you and I both know that archery, as we know it, still relatively young. Mm-hmm. The ATA's young. Hunting television's now getting ready to transition to something totally different. And so, but we're still developing.
Yeah.
And so compound bows, however, are not. They are, I don't want to use the word plateaued, but they've plateaued. And so you're getting incremental changes there. Yeah. Well, Jeff Poole brought up a good point, and he said, and I don't know if I wholly agree with this, but I want to get your opinion, is Jeff Poole said, he's the president of the ATA, by the way, that perhaps the maturation or the growth of crossbows is in its infancy compared to upright bows. And it got me thinking. You remember the magnesium bows back in the 90s where you could get about 2,500 shots and then they broke right at the handle. Mm-hmm. And then we went through, all kinds of growth sectors of archery with dependability.
Well, magnesium was Oregon bows, right?
Well, PSE had them, Oregon bows had them.
I broke one right in half at the handle.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And they literally had a shot clock. How many shots have you made? It's about to break. Yeah. And so I can't wholly disagree with him. I don't know as if that will fix that recreational culture aspect of a crossbow guy going and shooting 200 arrows for practice because he likes it.
I think that's completely different.
Yeah, but right now you can't shoot 100 in a day. The thing won't last.
Oh, really?
No.
I just don't think people care enough to shoot that much.
I don't either.
So I don't think that the bow changing or more durability is going to make people care more.
Right, and that's what I've been kind of pondering.
Yeah,
so I was just
I don't think so. I mean, I don't think that's the reason why it hasn't exploded or hasn't. Or you say it's 50%, but I don't know. Maybe I don't have a good game. I mean, I don't know anybody who even shoots one.
I don't either.
So,
it's not necessarily a left coast thing,
that admits shooting one.
Right. Well, and I mean, look here,
because you can just say you're gay and you don't have to shoot a crossbow.
Right. Right. And I mean, for the record, and I'll have
settle down.
Yeah,
settle down.
Calm your
joke.
Calm your
tits. Shit talkers, but it's all love, baby.
And oh, that's pretty good. But it's just a matter of what are we going to do collectively? Yeah. And it's just my opinion, and I'll say this in front of God and everybody. I don't think crossbow should be allowed during regular archery.
No,
it's just my opinion.
Hell no.
Just my opinion.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that crossbows need to go away. I'm saying that they should probably be with like muzzle loaders.
Yeah, exactly. They got the same range as a muzzle loader.
That's just, I've shot shit at 100, so I should probably shut my suck hole.
Well, but I heard crossbows out to 200 are pretty damn accurate.
It can be, yes.
Then you're like, well, how much does that bolt or whatever the it is weigh? So how much is it going to bounce off at 200? Where muzzle loaders, there's people shooting 300 with a muzzle loader. So I don't even, shit's changing. But yeah, we can shoot 100 with our compound bow, and you would think that our compound bow at 100 probably is at least as lethal, maybe more than a crossbow, just because of kinetic energy. But I'm also not factoring in, I think crossbows are like, 400, 500 feet a second?
Yes.
So maybe not. So maybe I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Well, plus, I mean, look, there's also, we could nerd out on a bunch of trajectory ballistic bullshit, but a longer projectile is more stable than a shorter projectile.
So she said.
Period. Right? It's all about penetration, Cam. And so, but yeah, I mean, and so, you know, the crossbow thing to me seems, you know, relatively black and white. The problem is right now, I just don't think.
More coffee.
Yeah. I just don't think that we collectively right now have agreed on a direction. And, you know, and this is not to, you know, further demean that community, but I don't think that they're going to willingly go to the muzzleloader season.
No,
I just don't.
But that's all right. We can make. I don't know if we can make that happen, but that's just regulations, and that's just getting the right person's ear, basically, to say why it's different, why it makes sense for this or that. But that's a logical way to do it. So I would think generally logic wins out, but who knows?
Right. No, absolutely.
Who knows?
It's one of those things.
I wish that, I mean, to your point on Jeff Poole and the ATA, or wait, Jeff Poole?
No relation.
Oh, okay. Yeah, then I was like, am I screwing up his name because it's your name? But
right.
It's not, you're not married to him.
No.
No, I'd love for the ATA to kick ass again. That was fun.
Well, you know what's happening next week or this week?
ATA, right?
Yeah. And so the first 2 days.
I won't be there.
You're right. Well, I didn't have to go, but I want to go because of the changes they're making. So the first 2 days are still business to business.
Yeah.
And then the other 2 days, consumers can actually buy a ticket and come walk around the ATA. And then, of course, the Rushmore Rumble Archery tournament's there. So, look, I'm balls deep in this. So I want to be there to see the transition from the business to business to the consumer.
Yeah.
And then how the archery event kind of commingles with all of that.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Look, I'll just be honest. If 1,000 consumers buy tickets to come walk around the ATA, that shit's a wrap.
Yeah.
Wrap. It's an absolute wrap.
Without the celebrities there, how many people are going to pay to go do that? What's your guess?
They need to have at least 10,000. And I don't know as if.
So 5,000 in 2 days, 5,000 a day.
10,000 a day.
Oh.
Well, do you know how many people go to the Harrisburg show?
A lot.
Yeah, 1 million people. It's a mile long.
Oh.
And so it's 11 days. The Harrisburg show in Pennsylvania is 11 days. You go to the Iowa, you go to the Iowa Deer Classic, and you go to a lot of these other shows. Bro, it's hundreds of thousands of people.
Yeah, but the celebrities are there, right?
A lot of them.
Yeah. I think a lot of people go to see the Lee and Tiffany and the what else.
Not like they used to,
yeah.
But yes.
To those other shows, not to ATA, I'm talking about like.
Yeah, well, and they're not all at those, but yes, and a lot of those, they go and run their own booth.
Yeah.
And they sell swag. It would be like
tons of merch.
Yeah, it would be like you coming with a Keep Hammering booth.
Yeah.
And you're there doing the grip and grins with people, and you know, you got your people slanging swag.
Yeah.
That's basically how those work, but they're massive.
Yeah,
so
for sure.
If the ATA can transition and grab some of that vibe.
Yeah.
Because I just don't know if 10,000 people a day, which if the Iowa Deer Classic had 10,000 people a day come through there, they'd shut down.
Yeah, it'd be dead.
They'd be like, this didn't work.
Yeah, I guess I don't know how many. I know the Harrisburg show gets millions, I think, in that.
1 million.
Yeah.
Over 11 days.
Right. So that's awesome.
Yeah. And, you know, I love
that.
Yeah. I went to the show in Salt Lake City last year.
Yeah.
It was packed.
Yeah. Western Hunt Expo.
Yeah. It was packed.
No, it's definitely worked. It's definitely worked in those situations. Hopefully ATA can capitalize on that same approach.
Yeah. Well, and I think what they need to do, and this is what I told Jeff off air, is you need to call Cam Haines. You know, like, first of all, full disclosure. Hoyt's not there. Matthews is not there. There's heavy hitters are not there anymore.
Right.
And this is what I told Jeff. I actually quoted your book.
Oh, okay.
I literally said, to quote my boy Cam Haines' book, the ATA needs to be undeniable.
Yeah, for sure.
The ATA needs to get to the point where we're not asking you to come.
Yeah.
You're telling us you have to come.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what I told him, is I said, you need to get back to that point. But, assuming that happens, but you need to get with, like, if I wanted Cam Haynes to come do an event, of course, I'd just text you and ask, but that's not the point. It's like anything. Like I used to always say, if you want to get Greg Poole to do something, convince his wife.
Yeah.
And then he's going to do it.
Right.
But if I wanted Cam Haynes to come do an event, I'd call Jeremy. Mm-hmm. I'd call Easton. Yeah. I'd call Sitka and be like, hey guys, here's what we're doing. Be cool if Cam was there.
Yeah.
Because the ATA calling you, you're going to be like, well, what are we talking about? Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
If Sitka, Easton, and Hoyt are like, hey, Cam, we want you to be at this event, you're going to be like, oh. Yeah. I guess that's what we're doing.
Yeah, no, there's a way to do it for sure. It's just weird. It's not weird, but yeah, the business model is changing.
What kind of coffee is that? I know it's Black Rifle. That's not a shameless plug.
Yeah, Black Rifle.
What flavor?
I think it's the AK-47.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like my boy. It's good.
Yeah, I love it.
Good. I like my boy Kyle Lamb's Berserker blend too.
I don't know if I've had that one.
Speaking of,
is it Black Rifle?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Kyle made a funny commercial with Matt and them years ago. It's the Berserker blend. It's pretty good. It's stout.
Maybe I have had it. I'll have to try.
Speaking of, what's the holdup?
On mine?
I saw your post.
I know.
I saw the Evan post with the blackboard with all the names.
I know. That was fun. Well, shit takes time. It's I never get too excited. I've heard a lot of. I'm not going to say. I'm not. I don't think that's an empty promise at all. But I've had a lot of empty promises over the years. So until it actually happens, I don't. I mean, it's going to happen, and me and Evan have a lot of shit going, and it's what he has to go through to run that company. It's a lot of stress.
Oh, dude, 100%.
And it's a lot of responsibility. So I don't try to add to that. I think it'll happen, but I never get. I used to take all this shit personal.
Right.
Like when I remember one time when my sponsor said, hey, we're going to go to Africa. We're going to pay for you to go to Africa. You're going to be able to do all this. It's going to be amazing. I'd never been to Africa at this time. I was like, oh my God, that's it. So I was like obsessed. Like, I'm going to Africa. They said, we're going to Africa. They said it never happened. So once that happens, like maybe 100 times, after a while, you're like, you know what? Let's just see what happens.
Right. Yeah. My funny Evan Hafer story is we're at TAC. And if you don't know who Evan Hafer is, go over in the corner and practice falling down. Cam will be there in a minute.
Yeah.
He's walking around. I'm sitting there talking. I look down at his shorts and he's wearing cutoffs, like not straight, like they're man cutoffs.
Yeah. Old school.
When we cut the sleeves off our shirt, they're like not quite
perfect.
And I go, I didn't realize Sitka made shorts. And he goes, well, they kind of do. Yeah. But they're kind of not what I like. So I just take Sitka pants and I just cut them off where I want. Yeah. Literally, the HNIC of Black Rifle is trolling around in Sitka pants cut off into shorts.
With scissors.
Yes. Yeah. I was dying.
No, he's unique. I love he's like, everybody's got their own personality, but some people just try to like fit in or whatever. He's just like, no, this is who I am. Yeah. I just like Evan. Evan's just real.
Oh yeah. Super good dude.
Yeah. And he's been Black Rifle. What a success story. I love it. Super pumped with our partnership, and it's going to happen. It just hasn't happened yet, but it's not one of those ones where I just take that approach with everything now. I mean, Hoyt was supposed to, we have a new bow coming out. It was supposed to be out. So I did kind of get pissy about that, I will say. But it's going to happen here in the next week or two. So that's fun.
Well, good.
Yeah.
Good.
Fun.
Where's the prototype?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
It's in the mail.
Damn. No. I walked right into that.
I love Hoyt. It's but I just love the industry. I mean, so tell me, I'm as tied in as you are with all this. I want to hear. I love talking about it. For me, I don't really give a. I'm where I'm at. Whatever. People love me, hate me. Doesn't matter. I want to see these young guys kicking ass. Who do you have your eye? You mentioned a couple, James, that Ty, Jordan, I think, which I have seen his stuff. Anybody else kicking ass out there in the industry?
as far as, I guess it's just a matter, unit of measure, like kicking ass in what way? Like when I look at things, I don't necessarily, like for me, it's like I say to a lot of people, you and I don't count. Our opinions on a lot of things don't count because our perspectives aren't the people we're trying to reach.
Right.
It's just not.
Yeah.
And so when I see some of these up and coming folks, I don't necessarily immediately look like, how big animals have they killed?
Yeah.
And so like, as far as someone and this is going to seem weird, but like, he's not up and coming. He's an OG, is Greg Glessinger. From Huntworks.
Yeah.
He was one of the jury's heavy hitters forever, went out on his own. He's one of the most stable. He killed like a 197 this year that had broke off a bunch of inches. Last year, his target buck was like 240 and it died of EHD.
Oh my God.
Right. And so he's an absolute gangster, but he's just the last several years, his stuff's been blowing up doing it on his own.
Is he filming?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Like YouTube and all that?
Yeah, his show's called Huntworks.
Okay.
I like his stuff because he came from, like you, he came from I don't want to say the previous generation, but he came from the generation where it was pre-social media.
Yeah.
He's now transitioning into the social media side. His content is solid, great animals, and just a solid person. So when I look at people that are up and coming, I don't necessarily look at how old they are or how new they are. I look at momentum.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so like right now, and look, a certain company called all their people out and told them they're exiting hunting television, the television side.
Who did?
So anyway, so some of their heavy hitters have really started focusing on YouTube. So Lee and Tiffany Likoski's YouTube has really started.
They've put in some,
connect those dots.
Yeah, I understand.
And rightfully so. I mean, hunting television had its heyday, but if you're reading the room, you're not going to continue to invest in a dying platform.
That's what we've had a hard time as an industry of switching gears.
Fact.
I mean, ATA might be an example of that, but when you look at like the marketing, that's where I think archery and marketing suck, because it was so easy, just hunting in general, not just archery, so easy to just say, write a check to whatever TV show or outdoor channel, here's our marketing. Oh, Peterson's hunting, yeah, we want a full page, this, that. Yeah, Peterson's bow hunting, yeah, we want a full page. So here's our money. That's our marketing plan. That was it. Yeah. That doesn't take any skill. You don't have to be good at marketing. You just wrote a check and made a commercial, same commercials that we've done forever, same print ad we've done forever, probably the same words almost, just a different bow, maybe a different face, maybe not a different face. But it's like, can we get any better?
Bro, you just made me remember something. Oh my God. So, and I didn't even remember this when you were talking about the magazine where you were like cams on every page. Yeah. I didn't even remember it then, but what you just said reminded me of something. So I don't watch a lot. Like I watch your content because it's not because I like you. I mean, that helps.
Yeah.
But dude, if your content was shitty,
it's like a car wreck.
For a fact.
You got to look and see what happened.
Yeah. For a fact, if you put out a shitty piece of material and your phone dings and you're like Greg Poole, you're like,
no, that up.
Yeah. Damn it. He's going to tell me. And I totally would.
Yeah.
So I watch your stuff because I enjoy it.
Right. QC.
Yeah. Right. So I'm watching Levi Morgan's show.
Yeah.
Because I enjoy Levi's personality.
Love Levi.
He's got a good person. He's not the same. He's not a Michael Waddell. He's not,
No, he's his own.
He's not a Tom Miranda. So his personality, I enjoy his personality. And so I was watching his show. And this is something right to the point you just said.
Okay.
What the is archery and hunting doing?
Yeah.
And no one's really thought about it. So I watch his show. Levi. It's his show. Perfect.
Yeah.
Goes to commercial. First product, commercial. Levi.
Yeah.
Second commercial, Levi. Different product.
Yeah.
Every commercial was Levi.
Right.
this is just standard.
Yeah.
I was hanging out with Levi when he would have to make all these commercials for people.
Yeah.
And it hit me like a ton of bricks. I'm sitting there on the couch and I'm like, wait a second. So I text Levi. I said, hey. And he confirmed. He's like, oh, this is what they want.
Yeah.
So it's not like he's doing it on purpose, but
Right.
I brought up to him, I said, okay, well, how would it work if you were watching Friends and Matt LeBlanc
Yeah.
was in every commercial in between breaks on
Right.
Friends?
Yeah.
I go, him being in every single commercial because of the amount of content now, I don't think it really applies back in the day with a magazine because that was all there was.
Yeah.
I'm like, but it minimizes his on-screen effect
Yeah.
on the television
The burnout.
show when he's in every goddamn commercial.
Yeah. There's character burnout.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's why real Ford, Tide, Viagra, whatever you want to pick. That's why when they air their commercials, they make a commercial with actors,
Yeah.
and that's what television shows air.
Yeah.
And Levi was like, God damn, totally right. But that's just what these folks have been trained and conditioned to do.
Yeah. It's easy.
Correct.
It's easy. You don't have to be that creative. Which when I think about, and maybe I'm just beating a dead horse, but could I see a commercial where somebody's up like all their form and falling down and still shoot an accurate arrow? To me, that'd be like, that seems like a good bow.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't really know what I want, because I've also bitched that, hey, why am I not on the cover of this catalog?
Right. Well, you are at the level where that's a valid question. For me, I watch these commercials where they film from behind someone and he shoots and his arrow,
Yeah. Fishtails.
and I'm over there like, ooh,
Yeah.
holy Jesus.
Well,
Did nobody, and I'm that guy. Every one of my friends that are in the industry, if their company puts out something and there's something wrong with it,
Yeah,
I'm
for
the
sure.
guy that's like, screenshot, hey bro, what the F? But for me,
too.
if you're advertising to archers and you're over the shoulder and someone's shooting a commercial, a commercial,
yeah.
it's not an animal, you can redo it.
Yeah.
And your arrow flight is just the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
What?
You don't get it.
Yeah.
Well, that used to be where, Outdoor Channel would try to put up an ad for a bow hunt, something bow hunting. This, like the anchor, the strings back here.
Peeps down here.
Or even like, I always bring this up. Randy White was in the Under Armour ad, at the first SHOT Show that I went to, or one of the first I went to, but the first I ever saw Under Armour there. And he's up there with a bow and has no rest on it. So, he's got the arrow, he's got this finger here. There's no rest on the bow. It's because they just bought the bow. So you always get these, like, there is no, and then I could bitch, because I have bitched, but like this picture of me at the bow rack, I'm not at full draw. It's like I'm not quite all the way anchored. That's the picture on the wall. So it's like, why is a picture of me not at anchor
Right.
20 feet tall and whatever, 40 feet long? But sometimes shit flips or slips through the cracks. But
Right.
when it's a commercial like that or something, come on. We should get better.
Well, and that was why I asked Levi, because I trust his opinion, and he's been doing this, and he's at a very high level, and it's not his decision.
Yeah.
The companies don't have the creativity to create their commercials and give it to Levi to air.
Yeah.
Instead, they put the burden on him
Right.
to make a commercial.
Right. Yeah.
And Levi's like, I'm an archer and a hunter, bro. I
Yeah.
don't, like, okay. But
It's just going to be me shooting a bow.
yeah, or me using your climbing thing,
Yeah.
or me using your ground blind, or whatever. So, it's not a diss on Levi whatsoever. He's one of the best out there. I love
Right.
the guy. But it was just an example of Levi is having to manifest what the industry makes him do.
Yeah.
And
No,
to
I get
answer
it.
your question, why can't the industry do better?
Yeah.
Well, there's a couple answers to that if you want them.
Yeah. Let's hear it.
Number one, is generally speaking, a lot of the people in these marketing departments either got there because they knocked up the owner's daughter. Mm-hmm. I won't say that one. The inverse.
Yeah.
They've
knock up their son.
Yeah, exactly. They've been there long enough to where if I'm the owner and it's, someone leaves and I'm like, you've been here a long time. Yeah. You're now the marketing guy.
You're in charge of marketing.
And you're like,
what?
I'm a machinist. What do you mean I'm a marketing guy now? I'm not a marketing guy. What are you talking about?
Right.
Or they put a sales guy in charge of marketing or a marketing guy in charge of sales. And it's like, no. Or the dreaded 3 letters of death, not ICE, private equity firm.
Oh God. Yeah. They can f everything up.
Yeah. A private equity firm buys it and then they fire anybody that knows anything about anything appropriate, and they put someone in charge of everything that knows nothing.
But they know how to count beans.
Bean counters, exactly right.
Yeah, they know money.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Well, they know how to lose money, and they know how to destroy brands.
They know how to f up product.
Right.
And make cheaper shit so they can make more margin, but that's about it.
Bingo.
Yeah.
And so when we ask the question of why the industry is still where it is, and I say this all the time, and sometimes people get offended, but I've said it enough times. I'll say it. I don't give a shit. The biggest problem in archery is archers.
Yeah. How so?
Because we hold ourselves back.
Oh, okay.
Like the rats in the...
I mean, just shitting on each other all the time?
It's like if one mouse starts to climb out of the bucket, the other ones pull it down.
That's the old crab in the bucket scenario. It's true.
On the target archery side, for years and years and years, like... I'm sorry. If Cam Hanes or Greg Poole are in Vegas and we shoot our final arrow to win and we just won $125,000 for shooting our bow for a weekend, I'm losing my shit.
Yeah.
I'm Ricky Bobby in my underwear running around from the invisible flames.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody stopping me, bro. But literally... archers get offended if an archer screams and yells and they're like, oh, that's not professional.
Right.
Not professional. What? Have you seen Tiger Woods when he makes a bad shot?
Yeah.
Every other sport.
It's called passion, baby.
Exactly.
Yeah. Let's see it.
But on the target side, we have prevented that because archers are like, oh, that's not professional. Well, yeah, neither's archery, motherfucker. What are we talking about? It's still a hobby.
Yeah.
And so on the hunting side, as well as I, and it's a personality thing. Like if you go kill another one of these toads and you're not going to act out of character, you're going to act like Cam Hanes acts. Michael Waddell, he's going to be out there karate chopping the air and doing the Kung Fu Panda.
Smoke that Joker.
Woo! And that's his personality.
Yeah. Yeah. It's real.
And some people get irritated with that too.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like when someone kills a 16-foot alligator or a giant whatever, and I'm not talking about dry humping a corpse, people, but like when they lay down next to it to show how big they each are.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Yeah. No, there's nothing wrong with that.
Now, people do some stupid shit. I'm not making excuses for people that do dumb shit. But laying down next to an animal to show how big it is. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I think like on that note, and I'm not the police, the internet police, so whatever. But you are wearing a Beast Broadhead thing. So I will talk about Josh Bowmar. But I think he does an awesome job on telling stories. I wish he wouldn't do the shock value shit because I think it hurts some of the other stuff. I think, the headshot on the baboon or whatever what was it? Chest. Yeah.
At 90.
Yeah. It's just like, I get it. I've had shit that would be fun to show just to get reactions.
Right.
But it's not good for us.
Yeah, I think, and I mean, look, the most recent one was Sarah shot the deer from behind.
Yeah.
It worked. It wasn't a Texas harsh shot. It didn't go in.
It seemed like, I'm a fan of everybody. It seemed like a shitty shot trying to spin it to make it sound good.
Yeah.
Was that what it was?
I don't know if it was a shitty shot or not. She is a good shot. I will give her credit. She is a very, very good archer.
I've made shitty shots. I'm not saying she's not a great shot. I'm saying
Right.
she can be a great shot. You can still have a up shot,
right,
and still be a good shooter.
Yes,
you know what I mean.
We've all done it.
It seemed to me like that's not exactly where she wanted the thing to hit. So I wouldn't pretend like it was, but I would say, but look what the broadhead did.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
That was the intent. I don't know if it necessarily came across that way.
I can't even really, I didn't even watch it really. I think I saw the little clip, but I don't know what the story was. What was the story?
Well, it was a deer that she had been chasing.
Oh yeah. I knew that.
And it didn't present, so she was at full draw and it was time going by and it was either shit or get off the pot.
Okay.
And look, I've never executed a Texas heart shot.
Me neither.
For those of you that don't know what that is, it's up the poop chute.
Yeah. It's basically a hole through the pelvis, maybe about like this.
Right.
And it's not much room for error because you think lungs are about like this. So now we're like doing this. And the problem is if you don't get it up there, you could catch a femoral, which maybe she did. Like I said, I don't know what the story was with it, but not a lot of room for error on that one.
Right. And so for her, what happened was it hit a little bit low right of that.
Yeah.
Didn't hit any bones or femorals. It went through everything and went straight through the heart and lodged in the front shoulder. So and the Texas heart shot, for anyone it is lethal as lethal can be.
But that wasn't a Texas. That was like off on the side.
No, it was a hard, yeah.
But it wasn't through the pelvis.
No, it went in between them. It went through the right rear ham.
Yeah.
Through everything, through the heart into the left front shoulder.
But like right rear ham and rib cage, like here?
No,
like
no. Like this far low right of the butthole.
Well, that's not Texas heart shot then.
No, and I haven't talked with her about it.
Oh, okay.
So, but that's just my thing is it seemed like the Texas heart shot was the goal. And it was a little bit low right. It didn't hit the leg bone. It went through the right ham and up through everything, lodged in the front shoulder.
Oh, dead as shit.
Absolutely lethal.
Dead as shit, yeah.
Died in 40 yards.
Yeah.
What you're talking about is optics.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think showing that shots, that's bow hunting.
It is bow hunting.
That's bow. I'm not criticizing that because if I up and come out of my anchor on the shot, that's where my arrow goes too.
Right.
So I know I'm not perfect.
Right.
So I'm not criticizing bow hunting.
Oh yeah.
That shit happens.
Right.
She got the buck is great or whatever. I just didn't know if it was sold as like a Texas heart shot.
No.
Okay.
No, that's just my impression of it.
Gotcha.
Based on the angle. Like the hardest one I've ever angled was an uphill mule deer that was not quite walking away from me totally. And it just missed the left ham up through everything and then came out the right shoulder.
That'll work. Yeah.
Would I have tried a Texas heart shot on that deer if it was appropriate? Probably. But so to your point, I think the thing that Josh has both for him and against him is one, they're both really good shots.
Yeah.
Number two is at this stage of his life and this stage of his hunting career, they don't accept any sponsorships. And go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Like, he's not going to post something that is that, but the rear end shot like that, a lot of people didn't like it. A lot of people did.
I don't.
And so he's at a stage. They are at a stage now where it's like, hey man, this is the realism of it. He caught a lot of heat for the, the potential poachers on his fence line.
Oh,
like
I never see that.
People, he just. It was rifle season and he's driving his property saying, I think someone poached a deer on my fence line.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like, the fuck is wrong with that? Like, so I think that there's a bunch of, some of it rightfully so, some of it not. And eventually it'll go away.
Yeah.
But, look, I've hunted with Josh.
Yeah.
And I can tell you, I've not ever seen the dude do anything that was even close to, like, he crosses his I's and dots his T's, but he's also a meathead like the rest of us.
Yeah, no, definitely.
And nobody's perfect.
No. And I mean, I know what you're saying. Like, he's at a point where it doesn't matter what the public thinks, right? they got money, they got whatever. I just like for what's in hunting's best interest.
Correct.
Because social media gets everywhere. It's not like it's just Hunters Watching Outdoor channel. That shit goes everywhere. So all I'm saying is like, I wish he would think more about how this is perceived, not by people. And he can say, no, off, I don't care what you think.
Right.
But there's people who are going to judge hunting and who potentially could vote for or against hunting. And some people, it doesn't matter what you do, they're going to vote against hunting. But I don't want to put material out there that's going to help them.
You're talking about the 80-10-10.
What's that?
So 10% of Americans are like us.
Yeah.
Hardcore hunting.
Right.
10% of Americans are hardcore anti-hunting.
Yeah.
And 80% don't give a shit either way.
Yeah.
Until they're presented with something that makes them care one way or another.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so Wayne is probably one of the best guys. You, by the way, thank you for your conservation efforts.
Oh, yeah. Of course.
Well, it's not a of course thing.
This is what I love.
You use your platform. You use everything you've built for. Mm-hmm. And I know what it does to your algorithm when you
politics everything up.
Thank you. Trust me, I'm on my third Instagram account since 2021. But anyway, sometime in January, but whatever. So
around the 6th.
Yeah, around there, between the 5th and the 7th.
Yeah.
So, but I thank you for that because people don't understand that it does cost you numbers to share some of the stuff you do.
Yeah.
But that you and we don't make the decisions.
Right. No.
Luckily, the 10% don't make all the decisions.
No, it's at 80.
It's the 80%.
Yeah.
And if you can get them to either do one of two things, not care and shut up, or just ignore it all, then it's a fair fight.
Yeah.
But what PETA does, and to your point, the optics of what's presented,
you make people make a decision on
correct. It. Like when we see neighborhoods and you see a doe eating flowers with a crossbow bolt through her face.
Yeah, you made somebody make a decision on hunting.
Guess what that 80% did?
Yeah.
No like.
Anti-hunting.
Dislike.
Yeah, for sure. And I just think and it goes back, the whole spearing the bear thing, it did give them a huge bump in just awareness and exposure. It was everywhere. CNN. It was. So I get it. It's like if that's a metric you are after, views, that's how you do it.
Right. For
hunting, I think we should look with different optics, especially big names like him. Like I said, I have stuff. So I have stuff that I chose not to because I thought it would hurt hunting.
Sure.
That's it. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
He's a great shot, great hunter, spent time with him, like the big personality, love it all. Just that's, if I had a criticism, and we are talking industry, we are talking marketing, we are talking influence, that one, I'm not crazy about. That's it.
Yeah. And I mean, look, everybody is entitled to that opinion, and it's, I'm not going to say it's valid or invalid because I don't say that about people's opinions. Now, if someone states something of fact, I can have an argument for that.
Right.
And I mean, look.
Yeah, because I'm not saying, he's killing hunting.
Right. No.
If I said that, then you'd say nah, I don't think so. Right. But I'm not saying that.
All right.
I'm just saying it influences people.
It does.
One way or another.
It does. Well, and especially when you have a platform that big. And his YouTube is their YouTube is huge.
Yeah.
And so I totally get what you're saying. And from the optics side, I think that there's a balance there. Like, number one, if you're using the Jimmy big time as an example, we know that's satire.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't.
Right.
So they're literally thinking that they're that bit bad a shot when they shoot 20 feet over an animal. And you're like, they missed by 20 feet. Yeah. That was
unethical.
That was on purpose.
Yeah.
So they didn't even want to come close to.
They weren't in on the joke.
Right. And so there is that side of it from the content side. The other side of it is you're not wrong in the, how do you balance the presentation for content versus the optics for the 80-10-10 factor.
Yeah.
And now, yes, I do work for Josh. I do work for Beast. How do you balance that side with owning a business? Well, it's Josh's business to run. And right now we can't make beast broadheads fast enough.
Yeah.
Like we were so far behind this year. We took it in the face. We took it in the ass worse than that deer did. How about that? Like, and it was
that hurts.
Yeah. And it was on us. We just didn't foresee like the 100 grain titanium was, bro, like we had a meeting and we were like, 10,000 packs, not broadheads, 10,000 packs should get us through this first little, that shit sold in 4 weeks.
Whoa.
Like literally 2 weeks in, I'm sending an email. We're and David Hauser's reordering because the springs come from the UK and the blades come from Germany, and the same factory that makes Victory's components makes our ferrule, and so we got shit coming in from the best suppliers all over the world to Utah where it's assembled and tested.
Yeah.
We couldn't keep up. And so
as far as business, they kick ass. You cannot criticize what the Bowmars have done business-wise. It's like nothing. I mean, I just praise there.
Yeah, 100%.
Dialed in on business. It's I love it. And all I've heard about beast broadheads has been positive. People are fired up. So that vision came to fruition and is kicking ass. Yeah. Love it. I love it. I love success stories like that. So this isn't like a personal thing.
No,
whatever.
Not at all.
Just being objective.
Well, and we're having the kind of conversation where stuff like that is relevant. And so it's absolutely okay to talk about. Anybody that doesn't think the conversation right now is something you can't talk about, you're not right. Yeah. This is the kind of conversation we need to have more. I don't even see Josh hide from this kind of conversation either. And so he's not going to give a shit that I have it either.
Yeah.
And so, from that side, and especially at this point, whether Josh does or doesn't do that kind of stuff, folks are still going to hold things against him. So, I understand that too. Yeah. And so
I thought you were going to go the other way. Like he's going to be just as popular and I was going to say, right. So he doesn't need to put that out, but he is going to get criticized either way. So maybe he should just put out whatever he wants.
Well, and I think that's kind of his mentality at this point. I mean, I get, because of my involvement, not just with the company, but with I get calls from the industry people. I get calls from the dealers. I get calls from lots of consumers. And some of them are like, what the fuck is he thinking? And then I have a conversation and they're like, oh, well, yeah, okay, that makes some sense. It doesn't always make sense.
Right.
But understanding and I don't agree that any publicity is good publicity. I don't necessarily agree with that.
No, I don't either.
And I mean, it may prove out in content numbers and shit, but I don't necessarily agree with it.
Yeah.
I believe, and the reason I don't believe it is this, like doing BowJunky Media and stuff, I was reporting on archery events and professional archers. If you think professional archers just aren't human beings and they don't have the same happening that pro basketball players and baseball players and hockey players do, you're out of your mind. They do all the same stuff.
Yeah.
The problem is in our sport and our industry, we just can't sustain that kind of hit.
Yeah, it's hunting is, so here's the difference. Hunting is, it's about honor and respect.
Right.
I mean, we all want to be honorable hunters. We want to respect the land and the animals. We want to come up, we're supposed to set the example. We're supposed to be leaders in our community. So when you talk about honor and respect, then your behavior, if it doesn't reflect that,
right, then
it's like, wait a second. This flies in the face of what hunting is, right? So then hunters push back.
Right.
So that's why we're sort of like, it's I don't know if it's our fault or if it's a fault of the tradition or it's just part of the expectation of being a hunter is we have to carry ourselves differently. We can't be, you talk about the NBA we're humans. People have affairs. People get DUIs. People have all the shit that you see with the stars. Yeah. But it's like hunting is judged differently because of that honor and respect part.
The 80-10-10.
Yeah.
I don't watch baseball. So if I hear about No, I'm not. He's a Christian now, and he's been forgiven and all that. So I'm not going to use him as an example. But if I hear a baseball player got busted for cocaine or got busted for a DUI or whatever, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
I don't go baseball,
Right.
but in
Hunting.
yeah, if a hunter does something that the 80%, well, the 80 and the 10, that the 10 use to get the 80 fired up, that does affect us.
Yeah.
And so from an optics side, I totally understand what you're saying, and you're not wrong. I guess the question then becomes to what end, and how much, it's like, how many times do you have to do something? How many times do you have to repeat something to break a bad habit?
Yeah. I don't know.
So how many good things does someone have to do
Right.
to make up for I don't even necessarily know bad thing's the right word, but
No, it can be spun negatively.
correct.
Yeah.
And the answer is there isn't enough.
No.
Because a guy like yourself, who I've known forever, not to fluff your chub here, but you've never got caught the neighbor's cat.
Yeah.
That wasn't, not that you've not gotten caught, you just don't the neighbor's cat. that didn't come off right,
No,
but you get my point.
They've never caught me.
Yeah, exactly.
Just
and
kidding.
so, right. But you've never
Yeah.
had any of those. All of your good faith, all of your good works, you are acutely aware.
Yeah.
If
One
you stepped on
fuck up,
you step on your dick one time,
yeah, it's over.
none of that shit matters.
No, I know. Yeah. Life's
So-
not fair.
No. And so that's the reality of it.
Yeah, for
and so
sure.
you're aware of it. Like when
Yeah.
I talked to Jim Shockey years and years ago, I said, Jim, how do you not, like, going to hunt in Kirkplakistan and all
Yeah,
these
yeah.
places? How do you do it right legally?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, I have a whole group of people that literally research everything. Well, when you go places, you are acutely aware of what is what,
Yeah.
and why and how, because you understand all of your good works. If you
One fuck up.
and it depends on the severity, but
Not for some people.
correct.
So I remember I was in years ago in Colorado. In Colorado, you have to have your hunter safety card on you. It can't be a screenshot. It can't be a whatever. And I switched packs. I got a new, I don't know, I think it was before Kafaru even. But so anyway, this is probably maybe 15 years ago. I didn't have it with me. I could have got a ticket. If I would have got a ticket for forgetting your hunt, even though I had a picture of it, I had called my wife. She had it right there. The game warden was there or whatever. It's like, if I would have got, I didn't get a ticket because he knew that, okay, this is,
Right.
this is just,
Common sense.
yeah, it's just common sense. But that would have put into question all this.
All of it.
Is that fair? No, but that's just the way it goes.
Right.
That's the way it goes.
Right.
Does me no good to complain about it because I know the rules to the game.
Yes.
The rules to the game are you can't f up, and if you do, it's over, basically.
But folks are going to say that's an exaggeration, but it's not.
Not in hunting.
Like, it's not over for the guy that works at the mill who goes and accidentally goes outside of his unit, accidentally up in the middle of nowhere where his onyx wasn't working, and he accidentally crosses over somewhere he shouldn't have and kills an animal technically illegally, not even on purpose.
Now he's still back at work. It's like nobody gives a f.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
but-
you don't get now, I don't ever put anybody on blast, but here's the thing that I tell people in that regard. Like when they mother somebody that made a mistake, whether they even meant to or not, is I'll say, what equipment do you shoot? Do you know every executive at that company? Do you know the history of every executive at that company? You're digging on this person because they stepped on their dick. But you realize the equipment you're holding. Do you know any of those people?
Yeah.
I do. And they'll be like, what don't I know?
Right.
Well, I ain't telling
A lot.
I ain't telling you shit.
Yeah.
Because some of it is intentional and some of those people are douchebags.
Yeah.
Some of those people forgot their goddamn
hunter safety card.
Hunter safety card.
Yeah.
And you want to turn them into a freaking
murderer.
Yeah, because of that.
Yeah, it's we love as I said, we love to eat our own for sure.
Oh, dude.
And it's like there's no nuance. That's the problem. It's like come on. Who hasn't f***ed up? Right? And like even in that example, that was just an honest mistake. Some people have intentionally f***ed up and still it doesn't deserve that they get their whole life ruined.
Right.
You know, or some people get a DUI and it's just like, I can't judge them. I've driven after drinking. I've been a up myself. Right. So when I think about myself, I'm like, I need to offer some grace to some of these people. I'm outside of hunting now. I'm just like in general as a human, just like, can we offer grace ever? Right. Is that okay?
Yeah, 100%. Well, and I mean, that's part of this internet social media collective.
Yeah.
Is nowadays everybody's the judge, jury, and executioner.
Right.
And the court of public opinion is the final ruling. Because if you make a mistake or someone else makes a mistake and the headline reads, Cam Hanes gets caught f***ing the neighbor's cat.
Yeah. That's going to sell papers or get clicks.
Someone reads it.
Yeah.
Someone clicks on it, likes it, shares it.
Yeah.
And they never check back.
No, it never. Oh, that was BS?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, whatever.
What do you mean Cam wasn't even in the country when that happened?
Whatever.
They never know.
No, it's been shared 7,000 times.
Bingo. Yeah. And so now people believe a headline before it's even proven. And our media, we can CNN's a whole nother matter, but our hunting media with our hunting pages and all that, they don't care either.
No. They want clicks just like anybody.
Exactly. Because clicks pay the bills.
Yeah.
Clicks for the chicks. And so, that's just part and parcel of it. So when I see and hear a lot of these things, and I hear a lot of things like, well, what's the rest of the story?
Yeah.
Like, what's the rest of the story?
Yeah. I'm not big on piling on fellow hunter. I mean, I'm just like, I don't go to other pages and make shitty comments. I don't.
Right.
Whatever. We got enough shit to deal with. Right.
Well, wasn't it Joe that said that you're never going to find someone hating on you that's doing better than you?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah. I think that's been proven plenty of times.
Yeah. Like that's exactly what it is. Also, let's look at it this way. There have been some massive mistakes that have led to incredible redemption stories. Mm-hmm. Chris Brackett.
Yeah. Yeah.
I like Chris. Chris is a good dude. And yes, he absolutely stepped on his dick. No question.
He's talked a lot of shit about me. So
has he?
But I don't give a
never heard him say anything bad about you. Not to me. And I talk to him often, but
no, probably not recently, but he did. He did what I liked Arrow Affliction. I thought he was a rock star.
Right.
So yeah, I was, and he won the Golden Moose for, I don't even know what, I was there, but I thought it was awesome. I thought it was awesome. And I don't even know what the happened now. He shot that one buck.
Shot a couple deer he shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's what it was. But if he'd paid his dues, and he's back, awesome,
dude. And he's literally full mea culpa. He's like, well, and this is a thing that people don't understand. You will. I watched as Chris Brackett was on the 50-foot banners at SHOT Show.
Yeah.
And Chris Brackett was everywhere with his chops. Mm-hmm. And he didn't have a mentor or a manager or someone to be like, slow the down.
Right.
He was that bull elephant in Musk that didn't have a bigger bull elephant to tell him to calm down.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the industry just kept telling him more,
right.
more.
Feed the machine.
Harder.
Yeah.
More wild. And he did it.
Yeah.
And then he f***ed him.
Yeah.
And once that happened, of course, the industry just cuts him loose. But he's turned his life around. He gave his life over to Jesus Christ. He is fully paid for his misdeeds, and he's 100% open and honest about it.
That's good. I like to hear that.
Oh, dude! And now he's literally like, he's got his podcast and he's doing his whitetail equity thing, and he is rebuilding. I don't think he's going to do a TV show again, of course, but he's now going to start using some of that old Arrow Affliction stuff. And so he's built himself back into the mix a little bit on the digital side.
I like comeback stories. Everybody does.
Jelly roll.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, I love it. That's what I say. Can we offer grace to people?
Correct.
I mean, if he was still out there poaching shit, then okay, off. You just don't get it.
Correct.
But hey, you say he's like making amends. He's doing it right. I can be like, that's awesome.
Right.
I love to hear that, and that brings me peace.
Yeah, 100%.
And it's like there's nothing wrong with supporting each other.
Right.
This is especially our communities are small, but especially archery. I mean,
Right.
God, can we really afford to just hate people just randomly and cancel them and just do whatever? It's like, I don't know. Yeah.
Well, and I mean, this is a thing that I always come back to. And yes, we're all competitive, and especially in what you're doing. But even 10, 15 years ago, who were you competing against?
Me?
Yeah, nobody else. You weren't competing against Michael Waddell. You weren't competing against Jim Shockey. You weren't competing against the juries.
Well, in my head, I was
correct, but in the real world of it all, there's plenty of viewers for everybody.
Yeah, that's what I didn't. Joe. I famously have brought this up, but Joe, he's the one that I looked at everybody like I needed to crush them, like boot on the neck. You are competition. If you have anything, you took it from me. And I remember Waddell one time, he called me, our contracts, I think we're both trying to get Under Armour or something like that. Yeah, and Waddell, he talked about how in the bass tournament, the guys know each other's deals. Everybody kind of knows, works together a little bit. And he was like saying, we should work together on this Under Armour thing. And I was in my head, I think I said, yeah, that sounds good. But in my head, I'm like, what? I'm not working with you. Anyway, so I had a hard time.
Right.
Like everybody's competition. And I've talked to him about this before. And I feel bad that I was like, had that mindset. My point was Joe, he's the one that really drove home the point that there's enough cake for everybody. I mean, just because you're winning doesn't mean somebody else can't win. Yep. And that was a huge wake-up call to me, because I had coming from a small town where everybody talks shit about everybody, and everybody basically, if you succeed, it's like shining a bad light on somebody who didn't have the same success. It almost made them feel like a failure.
Right.
So it's like, what? How can he come out of this shithole and be successful, but I can't? So it's like almost success was painful for other people.
Right.
And that was for me too. And I had that's where I came from. So I'm like, no, you're taken from me. And he really, it's just a more mature mindset. But I think that's the key, is like, we can all win.
Yes.
We can all win. It's just like, I like to bring people on here to talk about them, because I want them to win. I want other people to know your story and to hear your thoughts and to hear your perspective and your history on archery. I want people to appreciate you like I do. So yeah, I've totally changed now. Tell me, for people who want to make this a career, what can they expect? Like how much money could, like somebody who wants to be a professional bow hunter, what do people make? What are contracts out there these days?
Well, that depends, one, on how good you are and how established you are. Like, they need to keep, let's just be honest here, names like Cam Haynes and Michael Waddell and Levi Morgan and Jim Shockey should just stay out of their mouth.
Yeah.
I just don't even, I'll put it this way. As things progress, the value of Cams and Michaels and Levi's and Jim Shockey's, we won't see those again. We're just not gonna.
How come?
Because it's going to be diluted.
Okay.
And what's going to happen is, as these companies start looking at these values, like I said to you earlier, if I was just Joe Bag of Donuts from a company in marketing, and Cam Haynes doesn't go to anybody, by the way, but Cam Haynes came to me and said, hey, look, here's my shit, sponsor me, here's how much money. The first thing that someone who is savvy like myself would be like, okay, I need you to print out all of your information for your platforms. Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and I need to see your demographic information of sexes, ages, locations.
Right.
Because for me, that's going to tell me, one, who is your core audience? And that's going to tell me if, is that a target audience for me? If you wouldn't be, of course, but if I look at your thing and I'm like 13 to 17-year-old girls, 82%. What kind of content you putting out, bro?
Yeah.
I don't have a product for 13 to 17-year-old girls.
Yeah.
And so, but not everybody can do that. They don't understand the process. And so if you are getting into this fresh, you're probably dependent on your amount of production cost. Like that's one thing that a lot of people don't understand is your guys that have full-fledged hunting shows right now that show up with multiple cameramen that are on site. I mean, they're spending $25,000, $30,000 a hunt to be there.
Right.
I'm not talking about if they own the property, you don't even want to know how much that cost.
Right.
But if they're just showing up to an outfitter to hunt and they got 2 cameramen, they got themselves, they got travel, they got all, and then the editing cost of putting episodes together, it's way more money than you could even imagine. And so for me, when I start answering a question about, what's the potential revenue? Well, the revenue is one thing. The barrier of entry for cost is another. Using the James Visser, it's him and his wife, and they do all their editing themselves. So they have travel, hunt expenses. And so if you're doing your editing yourself, you're going to be able to be in the black a lot quicker. But generally speaking, if you are going to be successful in this as a hunting entity, you're probably going to be, number one, you're going to have to come out of pocket to start.
Yeah.
Because you ain't Levi Morgan.
Right.
You aren't coming into it with a built-in audience. You're not coming into it with a built-in skill level. Like no company looks at Levi and goes, well, I wonder how good he can shoot.
Right. Yeah.
It's not happening.
Right.
And so in that regard, you're probably going to start off, you would be hard pressed to probably not lose. If you're going to do it regularly and you're going to actually travel, you're probably going to lose anywhere from $20,000 to $40,000 a year for the first couple of years. So you're going to have
so you're like a professional bow hunter.
Yes.
You're losing money
To start.
Yeah.
100%. Unless you come into it with clout.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. That's because I just like, I'm trying to envision myself back in the day and I didn't make money for a long time.
That's what I'm saying.
So I'm trying to paint this picture for people.
Yeah.
It's everybody, or not everybody. A lot of people have this dream. They want to be successful. And usually when you're successful, you get opportunities. When in this industry, maybe your face gets out there. Maybe people know who you are, because that's kind of what these young guys want.
Correct.
So I'm just trying to paint the picture on what it might take to get to your goal.
Right.
And this money part, I don't know if, I think social media has helped. Like sometimes codes can pay off. Like, I don't know how often you guys do codes or brand or like partnership deals. People can make revenue from that. That's only if they're selling product.
Correct.
Right. Because they're getting a percentage. The Bowmar 10, you're getting 10% of that sale. Right. So anyway, point is, it's like this takes time and investment. It's no different than any other business. Right. So I'm just curious, like you explained that well, but yeah. So once you've paid your dues, so like even for me, I know without even looking, top 2 cities, LA, New York, 24 to 35 males, 90% male. Pay me. That's who buys shit.
Straight cash money, homie.
That's who buys shit in our industry.
It is.
And Houston's in there too, and a couple, maybe, but those 3 big cities. So anyway, if you're reaching, you said like the 13 to 17-year-old girls, you don't have a product for that. So most of Archery, my demo is who they want to hit.
100%.
So if your demo is different, not going to work.
Correct. Well, and here's a great example. Chris B.
Okay.
You know who Chris B is. So Chris B, at AAE, I was Chris and his sister's first sponsor.
Okay.
I had to talk to his dad because they were minors.
Okay. Yeah.
And so, but Chris came up through the professional ranks. Chris is not Levi Morgan either, but he could shoot very, very good. But he started making content while he was shooting professionally. He kept shooting tournaments and making his content. And then he found a niche for his content. Now you don't see him at a whole lot of tournaments. You see him at TAX, but instead you see him on YouTube and Instagram with fat numbers of followers.
Yeah.
So he built his off of his professional archery and using that to integrate that into his content.
Right.
And his content wasn't necessarily, I'm a pro, check me out. It was, hey, I shoot professionally. I can shoot pretty good. And then he started finding a niche for his content. So he's kind of an anomaly in that way either, but he's also a great example. Now, because his content took off, yeah, he's not losing money.
Right.
At all.
I wonder what he's making. What would you think he's making? Give these young guys something to dream.
It's a lot.
Like $1 million a year?
No. I don't know what his ad revenue is from socials and all
Is
that.
anybody making $1 million a year?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yes. Everyone listening is not them.
I understand.
And so generally speaking, then we start talking about, well, how many available resources for income are you going to have? Like, let's take you. Bows, arrows, sights. I know you don't do a lot of the small stuff. You are partnered with Gas from recollection, Sitka, I think Grizzly, Black Rifle Coffee, Sig. I see some Kill Cliffs. Are those part of the mix?
Yeah, not really so much.
Okay.
I mean, we have this drink and it's good. I like it. But,
Okay.
But Black Rifle now has an energy drink.
Oh, they do?
Yeah.
Where are they at? Come
You
on.
want one?
Well, yes, I do.
Can you grab them one?
Absolutely. And so you have all these different available categories.
Right.
I like James Visser. He's not going to get butthurt about this. James Visser is not going to have from Bow Disciples.
Yeah.
Is not going to have as many available categories as.
You want one, Cam?
Sure. Thank you.
Freedom Punch. Nice.
Yeah.
So he's not going to have as many available categories, meaning Grizzly and Sitka and all these non-archery product categories are not going to come to him yet.
Right.
He'll have to build up to that. So the way he's doing it is pretty savvy, doing his editing himself and all that kind of stuff. So he's probably going
Low overhead. That means he doesn't need to pitch a bunch of big contracts to these people. So I think it's pretty good, huh?
Damn, that's pretty good.
I like it.
I was waiting for that at the end, but it doesn't have it. Go ahead.
But I think that's set up well because most people in this industry start off with like this.
Correct.
How much can you pay me? Instead of let me show you what I can do and then we'll talk. So with him having that low overhead, I think I just saw he went over 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, which we know that YouTube is the biggest platform right now.
Yeah.
So smart to push hard towards that, but also smart to not have to have these huge, the overhead requires you need more money to pay for all that. It requires you to ask for more.
Correct.
These companies get asked for too much every day. So
bingo. I
like his approach in that, maybe he's not getting the non-endemics yet, the giant sponsors, but he's working up to it and he's not burning bridges by saying, because I've heard people some of my sponsors be like, yeah, we heard from this guy. And he's like, do you know what he asked for? And be like, what the?
Correct.
So that it's hard to get past shit like that.
It's very hard.
These people don't forget that.
No. And it also shows them that they're believing things they're told. Here's a perfect example. You hunt down on the res. Did you do that 25 years ago?
No.
Why?
No. Couldn't afford it. Couldn't get the opportunity. Yeah.
Just couldn't afford it.
Yeah. Yeah.
But end of sentence.
Yeah.
Well, you can now. James from Bow Disciples, he couldn't afford it right now either.
Right. Yeah.
But he doesn't hate on everybody or pretend that he's going to. So he takes the fun route, the hunting route, and he has a real good niche.
Yeah.
And so if you're going to get into this, unless you're independently wealthy, plan on losing, excuse me, I'm going to rephrase that. Plan on investing $20,000 to $40,000 into your own growth. That's the nicest way I can put it.
Yeah.
Into your own growth until you become net zero.
Right.
Don't plan on making money right off the bat. It's not happening. It's just not.
Yeah. No,
Every single company has the next whoever coming to them saying, hey, here's what I want. And what you're talking about is called the rate card. Like if you ask me, hey, I'm Cam Haynes, what am I worth for arrows? And this goes back to the Michael Waddell thing. The reason that we don't have the transparency that professional sports have is we don't have a union, so we don't have a collective bargaining agreement, a CBA.
Right.
When Tom Brady signs a contract, everybody knows.
Everybody knows. Yeah.
Everybody knows his bonuses. When he gets this $1 million bonus, when he gets that, when he gets this, because they have a collective bargaining agreement. So it's protected.
Yeah.
Legally.
Right.
We don't have that. And companies in our space, still kind of a good old boys network, they don't want
Right.
everybody knowing what everybody makes. And it's not because they don't think people are worth it. They don't want people hearing what Cam Haynes makes and then going, oh, well, that's what I should be making. No, the fuck it shouldn't.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. If you want Joe Rogan to come do a comedy skit or whatever at your birthday party, there's a price for that.
It costs a lot.
It's going to cost a lot.
Yeah.
If you want Dave Chappelle to come, it costs a lot.
What if I want you to come? Is it going to cost less?
The comedy will be different than what you're expecting,
But it will cost
it'll
less.
cost way less.
So that's how it works.
Exactly. That's exactly how it works. That's exactly how it works.
Yeah.
And so the companies in our space want to keep that secret or want to keep that private. And in most contracts, it says do not divulge, blah, 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 compensation. But it's not because they're worried about Hoyt and Easton or whoever else doesn't give a shit if how much they pay Cam Haynes becomes public, because Cam Haynes is worth it. They don't want it to become public because a whole bunch of people who aren't worth it are all of a sudden going to measure themselves by it. No different than all the shit you have in this room that you've killed that is elite level, and everyone wants to compare themselves to you for it.
Right.
And that's just not how it works.
Yeah.
If I'm driving an F-150 standard cab, gas engine with vinyl floor mats and roll-up windows, and someone pulls up next to me in an F-350 crew cab long bed diesel platinum, I don't get bent. I just go,
Must be nice.
Truck. That's a nice
Must
truck.
be nice for them.
Right? That's a nice truck.
Yeah.
And so, but that's the reason companies don't want to do that. So, if you were going to start in this right now, you're probably, unless you do it wisely and you do your own editing and you're not going on San Carlos hunts first year on credit cards.
Yeah.
You're going to invest money into yourself for probably 2 to 3 years until you can be zero.
Right.
Then you can start expanding by the growth of your
If you're
network.
producing, if you're growing,
Correct.
if you're not up for getting your hunter safety card, if like you
Right.
still have to, a lot of shit still has to go right.
Right. Well, using Joe Rogan as an example, how many times did Joe Rogan go to comedy clubs and alleys that were just shitholes to practice his craft way back when he
Yeah.
had hair?
Yeah. Paying dues.
Paying dues. But no, I mean, so that's exactly what it is. So I would plan on investing into yourself, unless you're a rare case. Plan on investing in yourself for at least 3 years, and then hope to break even after 3 years. Then as your sponsorships grow, you can expand your network of content. The other part of it is, luckily, it's not who you blow, it's who you know these days. Back in the olden days, like I could tell you a story upon stories when I was a marketing manager for Gold Tip, and shows would be like, Greg, yeah, man, if we get this deal done, we'll bring you on out here and put you on a 180. And I'm like, I don't hunt with anybody that I'm in negotiations with.
Yeah.
Period. But in our industry, marketing people getting free hunts is kind of like politicians getting kickbacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most everybody does it.
That's the way it goes.
And I just never did it because fundamentally I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Just not doing it.
Yeah.
And so, but who you know is also incredibly valuable.
Yeah, for sure.
Whether it's someone like me that knows a bunch of people or like a you. Like if someone was starting out in this and they were legit and you could vouch for them, you could call Jeremy and be like, hey dude, this guy's going to be something. I'm not saying to pay him 50 G's off the bat, but he's going to make it.
Yeah.
That helps as well.
Yeah, for sure.
And so having someone else vouch for you, which guys like you and me, not that we're on the same level, but we don't vouch for many people.
No.
For a reason.
Yeah.
So when we do,
Means something.
it means something.
Yeah,
Like,
definitely.
I've been doing this so long. I've done shit for a lot of people, but I don't ever ask for anything.
Right.
Like you and I have, known quote unquote each other. And, we're not like besties. We don't take long walks on the beach together and all that kind of bullshit. But I've never asked you for a thing.
No, but you've put yourself out to help me, which
Well,
I
sure.
appreciate. Like,
Well, that's different.
yeah, I mean, no, I understand what you're saying for sure. Yeah, it just, basically it takes time. It takes time to earn a name in the industry and then to earn money. Like the
Right.
name, you have to do the name first.
Correct.
Then the money will come once you've proven yourself. But yeah, it's not as quick as some people. I like your point about the low overhead can make a big difference. That's a great approach. I think with the cameras nowadays, like Ty, we talked about, his content is pretty high level.
Right.
And it doesn't take a huge team to do that. So that's good because,
No.
as I said, attention is currency. You get good content, people like it more. But there's like this weird dichotomy too, where if James makes me a kick-ass reel, I can do a selfie video of just me that does more. So
Right.
there's like this weird thing, like people want authenticity
Right.
over. That's where sometimes I think like the industry misses the mark, is we're so used to the studio shots and the polished stuff that nowadays with social media, they just want real.
Correct.
So if it looks too good, it almost gets less reach than if it's just authentic.
Right.
So that's like a challenge too for people.
Yeah. Well, and so speaking of Ty, and look, I've only met Ty once. I
didn't really know him.
Yeah, I don't know the kid. I've met him once at a TAC event, so don't take this out of context, but I'm paying attention to him right now for a couple reasons. One, I like to watch arrows fly too.
Yeah, everybody
And
does.
His videos, shooting different bows, or just the sound. Okay.
Yeah.
That's not sustainable. So one of the reasons that I'm watching Ty right now is it's clear to me as a dork that he is building his platform, but he's going to have to transition it to the next level. I'm paying attention. For James Visser, that's obvious what's going to happen.
Yeah.
But with Ty, I'm watching him specifically because I'm paying attention for when he takes what he's building and takes it to the next level, because
Right.
I don't know him. So I can't tell you what he's going to do. But I can tell you he's going to have to do something, because watching the arrows fly and the videos that he makes are cool, and you can see his numbers are going up. But he can't do that forever.
Right.
And he's obviously a smart kid.
Yeah.
So I'm watching him specifically to see what's
the next move?
What's his Cam Hanes 2008 moment?
Yeah.
What is he going to do to start? I mean, and I could, is he going to start with getting technical content? Is he going to start with way more hunts? Is it like equipment? Like, what's his next step going to be to continue his ascension?
Yeah. And a lot of people don't make that move.
Correct.
Don't make that adjustment. They get this little bump of attention, and then they never really figure out how to get to the next level. That's most people.
Yeah.
That's why it's like there's only I mean, there's only a handful of people making a bunch of like a living in hunting, in bow hunting specifically, but because you have to figure out, how do I keep growing? How do I keep growing this thing? How do I keep reaching more people? How do I, and it's hard.
Have a plan. You have to have a plan.
It's hard. It's hard. There's so much competition out there, not just in bow hunting, and everybody's on their phone. What are you doing that's going to stand out?
Right.
That's not going to be negative, like I talked about, with Josh in the baboon. But so yeah, how do we grow without stumbling?
Right.
It's tough.
Right. Well, and that's part of having, like, I've talked to James Visser about this. That's why I didn't bring him up in that example, because I've literally asked, because I sponsor him at Beast.
Okay.
And I'm him. I'm that guy. Like, if you've ever been sponsored by me, like we did the AAE thing years ago.
Yeah.
I asked specific questions because I want to know. I didn't have to ask him I already knew your program. But like with James, I'm like, okay, I see what you're doing. You're about the fun of it.
Yeah.
I'm about that.
Right.
Not many people do that. But then what? Then what are you doing? And he literally laid out his strategy. And it's incremental. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that.
He's smart.
Yeah. And I don't know Ty well enough to ask him that. If I ever hung out with him, I probably would. If I see him at ATA, I will probably ask him that, because I care and I see potential in the kid. And so in that regard, it's something that I do pay attention to. But generally speaking, once you get into this and you are actually sustainable and you get enough categories to be sustainable, most guys would probably be well off if they were clearing after expenses. If you're in the 50 to 75,000 after expenses within 5 years, you're doing very well.
Yeah. That's pretty good money.
Now, that's not without working. That's just doing what you do.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are working for companies as well. That's not what I'm talking about.
Right.
I'm talking about just doing your content thing and getting compensated for it.
Yeah.
So in 5 years, if you're 50 to 75 in the black, you're doing very, very well, and you are going to be on your way to not 1 million, but you'll be on your way to get there.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotcha.
And so with one thing that the television hunting did is it limited that, because there was no social media to speak of.
Yeah.
So there's only X number of shows. So there's only X number of dollars.
Yeah.
Well, YouTube doesn't have a limit.
Yeah, for sure.
And so now when you start looking at things, like Greg Glessinger, his YouTube doubled in 2025.
Wow.
And that was just through pure attention to detail. He's a 50-something-year-old guy, very well-spoken, super nice dude. He read the room. He understands the assignment. And he has the pedigree in hunting to substantiate his new strategy. Well, as a young guy, pay attention to that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
You don't have to be Greg Glessinger out there hammering 180s to 200s like they're for free.
Yeah.
You don't got to do that. But pay attention to what some of these folks are doing, because if you think it was competitive when you were coming up,
oh man,
right now,
yeah,
dude, it's the wild, wild west.
Yeah, it's tough out there.
Because hunting television is transitioning to something that most people are not even going to be familiar with. And Instagram, YouTube.
And everybody's got a phone, so everybody can post on that shit.
Dude.
So if you're not standing out, that's what I always say too. It's like, for these young guys, I want to see these young guys kicking ass, but it's just like, if you're going to take my spot, you better get to work.
Oh, I mean.
So I'm like, come take it. Because I look at, as I said, I haven't given up the whole everybody's competition thing. My approach every day is like, people want what I have.
You think?
They would love to have these opportunities. And I'm like, cool, come take it.
But here's the problem with that, Cam. We all know the stories of the old lions.
Yeah.
It's easier to get to the top than to stay at the top. Some shoes can't be filled. And you may not you'll probably like to hear it, but you'll like myself, you get a little bit squeamish when people start. If you were to go away right this second, nobody is going to fill your role. Nobody. Not that someone can't go hunt San Carlos and kill big bulls.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Cam Hanes, the entity. No one's going to fill that. That's not going to create a vacuum because you are the vacuum.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
So for you, it's like, if you think you can come take it, try to come take it, but they don't know what they're taking.
Yeah. My attitude is like, whatever I've done before, I'm only doing more now. So it's like, I'm always like, look, I don't really look over my shoulder, but that's what the feeling I want to have.
Yeah.
I want to have that people are coming to take what I have. So I better
Being pushed.
Yeah. And it's like, that's why I had the hardest time with, remember when all the girls were coming in and, everybody's all heard about, oh, these girls are getting marketing and it's like, they haven't killed anything. They're just hot with a bow. I'm like, if you can't beat that, if you're a guy and you're supposed to be this badass bow hunter and you can't beat just some hot girl who doesn't really have any credibility just being hot, then you don't have what it takes.
Facts.
You don't have what it takes. You were never going to make it if that's all it took. If you can't make yourself more marketable than that, because I love seeing the girls come in. It was great. It's like, who doesn't want to see a girl holding a bow? If you're hot, it's even better. But I didn't take it as a threat.
Right.
It's like, no, this is not what I do.
Right.
So if they're kicking ass in what they do, awesome. Has nothing to do with me. But I saw so many guys that were so upset that these girls were getting these opportunities. So it's like, work harder. What are you crying about?
Well, and the problem is like Carl's Jr. with the smoking hot chicks eating the big giant burgers that are dripping all over their half.
I'll watch that commercial.
So will I. Doesn't make me want to go eat a Carl's Jr.'s burger, but I'll sure as shit watch it.
Yeah.
And do you think she's eating a Carl's burger?
No.
Hell no.
She's spitting
We
that
all
shit
know.
out.
We all know what sells in marketing.
Yeah.
And sex and women sell everything.
It's never going to change.
No. And so if some woman, and this is, dude, I got asked this a bunch. So as these women are getting these deals, guys are comparing their number of likes to their number of likes. And I'm like,
What are you talking about?
first of all, you're not going to get as many likes as
you
them
can't.
because half of those dudes are saving that picture for the spank bank.
Yeah.
So they're not converting
No.
at all.
No.
So don't worry about what they're doing. Worry about what you're doing, because you can have a page that's a tenth of the size and sell 10 times the product.
Yeah.
But they're trying to compare themselves on levels that don't apply
Doesn't matter.
at all. And it's no different than someone anywhere trying to compare themselves to you and Joe on a hunt in the San Carlos and being like, oh, well, that's only because they can.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if you want to save your pennies and you want to do what you need to do, you can too. It's a free country.
And if you want to pay for PSE to advertise in a magazine on your way up, good luck.
Exactly. And so that's the whole point. And so folks just don't understand the comparative side of this.
Yeah.
And, you know, it just is what it is, but it's part of our culture. And the problem is we don't have enough, my opinion, we don't have enough people in marketing departments in these companies that understand that dynamic. Period.
Yeah. That's kind of like, I don't know. I've always been, I don't even know what, but I bet on myself quite a bit. And you'll appreciate this story, but I had this deal that I negotiated and I just said, I don't want any money up front. I don't give a f- but I want 25% royalty. And they're like, I said, so if I don't sell shit, you don't pay me anything. Problem was, first quarter came in, brought me a check for the first quarter, $187,000.
Right.
They're like, we can't do this. We can't. So the 25% royalty was too much. Like I didn't want to hurt the company, but it's just like, that's one approach. The hot girls, their royalty would be nothing because you said they're not moving any. They're like, guys like it. Who doesn't like big tits? Oh, I like that. That's cool. They're not buying anything.
No
unless
conversion.
This girl's got an OnlyFans page, but it's just like, so bet on yourself, but can you produce?
Correct.
I know I can produce. So I'm like, I don't need any money. If this is easier for you to accept this, to sign this deal and agree to pay me 25% royalty, great.
Right.
I don't want money for nothing. And so I know I can produce, but it's like, that's one approach you can take. I see these guys, I want them to be hungry, but I also want them to believe in what they can offer, not be distracted by the girl competition, not be whatever. Just like, get your lane and own it.
Right. Well, and a lot of these folks want to get into this based off things they've heard. And then they expect the companies to foot the bill for them to make themselves successful. And it's like, that's just not how it works at all. You know, when I took over BowJunky in 2016, I know every company.
Yeah.
And I called them all and I said, hey, my wife and I took this sumbitch over because I think the sport needs it. I'm not going to accept any money. I'm going to self-fund it until the product is what I think it needs to be.
Yeah.
Then I'll call you. It took about 3 months. And I was like, yeah, this. And literally every single phone call about time.
No, that's awesome.
So this is the same. What's the name of that book again? Undeniable.
Yeah.
If you make what you're doing or yourself, depending on your brand, undeniable, you won't have to ask.
Yeah.
People will search you out.
Yeah, it's true. Here's a pet peeve. Not a pet peeve, but it's just business. Sometimes these long-term deals, they can get complacent.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes you have to remind them.
The company or the athlete?
Well, both. But I've been in contracts where, I was paid off this certain value because that was where I was. But then you get to a different place and you're like, wait a second. What was my reach at this when we signed this contract? Let's take another look at that. So the companies can get complacent on thinking that, they've shot, or used our equipment forever. They're never going to leave. It's just like, I wouldn't be so sure of that.
Right.
I mean, it's still just like, and I talked to Hoyt about this. It's like, Chuck Adams shot Hoyt. Chuck Adams is the biggest name in bow hunting forever, for years,
long time.
For 200 and some Pope and Young animals, 7 world records. He's not shooting Hoyt anymore.
No.
So I'm marketable now, but I'm not going to be marketable forever. So it's like, I have to take advantage of where I'm at right now, because as soon as I'm not moving the needle, I'm gone.
I don't know if gone's the right word, Cam. However, but you are
my value's less.
Yes.
How about that?
Yes. There is a crossover point. And so, but you're smart enough. I have 100% faith that as you do what you do changes, whether it's not being able to run 200 miles at a time or some of the hardcore stuff you do, as your body and your mind tells you that you need to modify how you're doing what you're doing, you will also be cognitive of the fact that will affect your compensation.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so, not that it will completely go away, but you're smart enough that you will modify what you do.
That's the name of the game.
To remain that relevant, even if you're not doing some of the things you used to.
Yeah.
And at your age and your fitness level, and I know you've done the most hardcore shit ever to be a better hunter, 100%. Even when you can't physically do, it's obviously not right now, but when you can't physically do the shit you do right now, you're going to be smart enough to modify things to remain just as relevant, because you're still going to be physically a better bow hunter than 99.9% of the people out there.
I don't know.
That's just business.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I've recalibrated many times,
right,
throughout this journey. From, as we talked about, the social media advent of that. But yeah, I mean, if you can't change, you're definitely shooting yourself in the foot as far as longevity goes. But yeah, if you're always evolving, I think that's
Right.
kind of what you're alluding to. And I don't want people to think that this is all money related. I mean, we're talking about business just because I'm interested in it and I like it. And, I've been in numbers. I was a buyer for 20 years. So numbers to me, it's like money's just a measurable. It's not, I don't give a, I have whatever. I don't need anything, but it's a good measuring stick on how things are working, if it's going well. Because I'll be honest right now, I had an offer for more money than I get from Hoyt, my bow sponsor, this year, and I didn't take it. So it's like, I'm not always just like obsessed with money and like getting the most. I don't give a really, other than I want to make sure that I'm being, my worth is valued.
Correct.
That's it. That's all I'm trying to do.
Fairly compensated for your value.
That's it.
And that's all it boils down to. Like, so, but I mean, the equipment side is one thing. And I have a saying, and I don't say it very often, but I'll say it to you it's like, it's not the equipment that makes you successful. It's how you're equipped for success.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that.
It's between your ears.
Yeah.
And so no matter what equipment you have, that's not what makes you successful. It's how equipped Cam is for success.
Right. Yeah.
And that's what's made you successful. And so for anyone that's watching or listening to this, you just have to understand that you can use Michael Waddell or Levi or you or anyone as motivation, but they're not going to be any of you guys.
Right.
You're not going to be a 742-time world champion like Levi Morgan. You're not running 25 miles in the morning for shits and giggles and 150-mile marathons. You're not doing that.
Right.
And, you're not going to have the network that Cam Hanes has, or you're not going to, the era that Michael Waddell came up in.
Right.
You're not coming up in that era.
Yeah.
You look at I was just having to tune into some football the other day. It's not the same game anymore.
No.
At all.
For sure.
They call roughing the passer.
Changes.
Yeah. They call roughing the passer for a dude that hit the quarterback in the head on accident with his hand.
I know. Crazy.
So who's ever going to measure up to Tom Brady as the GOAT of quarterbacks when you can't touch him?
Things change. You have to evolve.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
and you can't be pointing to different examples and different whatever. You just like worry about yourself.
Right.
Yeah. I like talking about this though, because I know there's young guys listening or old guys, whatever. It doesn't matter, but it's like we can all learn and get better and just kind of get a better idea of how this works. But yeah, I mean, for me, it's like, money's that measuring stick, but mostly I just have to believe in, like I believe in Hoyt, whatever. It's just like, so I hope that our deal, I feel valued. That's it. I know I produce for them and I believe in the bow. So that's all it takes usually.
100%.
Yeah.
I mean, if you were to ask me, I call it my stranded island build. If you were to put me on a deserted island with archery equipment, what would it be?
Yeah. It's what I use.
It'd be a Hoyt bow.
Yeah.
A whisker biscuit.
Okay.
Because
they can't
break.
No, they can't.
Spot hog sight.
Yeah.
Probably that Jim Fletcher release that I still have.
Yeah.
Because they can never break.
Right.
And as far as arrows, probably like a super stiff East axis. Something like that.
Yeah.
And fixed blade broadhead that is unbreakable.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. That way, if something happens, I can beat the animal to death with my bow if needed.
Yeah. Well, the strings are a lot better, so you wouldn't have to worry about that. Because back in the day, our strings were shit.
Right. Well, I was actually helping Tom and Thomas Neely with Winner's Choice in 2000 when that whole paradigm shift comes. And I know that everybody uses that, but it was BCY.
Yeah.
With the material is really when BCY and, when Bob Destin and them, converted that over, those fibers got so much better. You know what BCY stands for?
No.
You're going to shit.
What?
So, that Bob Destin, the owner of BCY, used to work for Brownell.
Okay. Yeah.
And so Brownell and him had a falling out, blah, blah, blah. So him and Ray started BCY. BCY stands for Brownell Carpet and Yarn.
Was that the name of Brownell?
Brownell was Brownell.
But where did carpet and yarn come from?
Because they make carpet and yarn.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Yeah.
So they make textile fibers.
Oh, I see. Yeah. So it's just basically calling what they do. Yeah. That's
so
awesome.
That's pretty gangster.
No, I love it.
But
I
yeah,
love
man.
stories like that. But yeah, the strings. Yeah. So point is, strings have like evolved so much from, back in the day. I didn't even want to shoot my bow when we got too close to season because I knew a serving was going to break, the string was going to stretch, something's get f***ed up. So with gas bow strings, and there's some great ones out there, but man, this really made a difference.
I run gas as well. I mean, what Eric has done, and Eric had a lot of experience. I mean, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but dude, Eric was making strings way the hell long time ago, way before gas. Eric was into strings.
Okay.
So strings wasn't something he just picked up for shits and giggles.
Yeah.
He already had a lot of expertise in it.
Yeah. And I think that, a lot of the companies will say that their strings are as good. They're not as good.
No.
They're not as good. So, I mean, there was a time too when I know every like bow manufacturer makes its quiver and own stabilizer and own rest, and they're getting better, but I would always put other shit on because it was better. Under Armour used to want to pretend like they made everything. So they would like, you signed a deal with Under Armour that covered sunglasses. And it's like, yeah, I know you guys say you guys do this, but these suck.
Right.
That's how the bow industry was kind of like that too, where they wanted to provide everything. Cause I think they could make the dealers like put pressure on the dealers to buy that shit.
Well, what they do, I mean, I can tell you why that happens. So basically what happens is they use so dealers make most all their money on accessories, not bows.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
And so what they do is they use accessories to incentivize dealers buying bows. So you buy X amount of bows, you get these kind of specials or free on these accessories.
I see.
So then you bring in the accessories.
Yeah.
You have more of their bows, but then you're making even bigger margins on the accessories.
Yeah, I understand.
And it's like I have a 2022 Ford F350 crew cab long bed out there. Do you think it has the stock tires on it?
No.
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. No.
Right.
Same thing. And it's no offense to Hoyt or Matthews or any of the bow companies. You're not a custom string builder, bro.
Just make me a good bow.
Right.
I'll figure out the rest.
100%. I will put the shoes on it that I want.
Yeah. It's a business. I want everybody making money. I want all the accessory companies to make money. I want the pro shops to kick ass. I love how good the bow rack's doing. I just love this industry. It's just been, obviously it's changed our lives for sure.
100%.
And it's been, God, what a journey. But, this has been fun, but absolutely. I know we have some more retarded questions from Gideon.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let's go, Gideon.
Gideon, you're up.
Okay. We promised you a Mary kill. And with the kind of way this podcast went, I think this will be a good one. I changed it a little bit. So you've played Mary kill before, right?
Do you know how it works?
My guy, August Peters, introduced me to Would Ya.
Okay.
Same idea.
It's like,
oh no, I get it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I decided to choose all the things that you guys kind of decided weren't good.
Uh-oh.
Marry, kill, fast bow speed, light arrow weight, and short brace height.
Kill.
No, you have to so listen, is like good for one time. Marry, you're going to have that for as long as you bow hunt. And kill, you never want to fuck with again. Yeah. So of those three, which of them are you going to deal with forever? So it's either short brace height, a light arrow, or what was the other one?
Yeah. So fast bow speed, light arrow weight, short brace height.
I know what I'd answer out of those, but go ahead.
Well, if I have to marry one, I will marry the arrow weight.
Oh yeah, because you didn't say whether. Did you say it was light?
I said light arrow weight.
Yeah.
Oh, it has to be light.
Yeah, I'll marry the light arrow weight.
Okay.
Because I can adjust my poundage and cheat.
Well, I was going to say, if you did, what was the other one? Speed?
Yep.
Speed, you could do the same.
Correct. You can cheat on that. But yeah, so like
Yeah.
I could technically shoot 345 feet per second at will.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna.
Right.
No way.
Okay.
And
So go ahead.
If I did, I would f it. It'd be a one-time thing and done. The short brace height at my draw length,
Yeah. Kill.
no.
And then so you'd marry.
I'd marry the lighter arrow.
Yeah.
I'd f the speed.
Yeah.
And I would kill the short brace height because at 32
What?
inches of draw length, bro,
So you don't, what about PSE Sicario?
they don't go in my draw length, so I'm good.
Okay.
It's like going out and picking up a heffalump so I can slump bust. I don't need to.
Yeah. We don't need to shoot a 2-inch brace height.
Yeah, it doesn't go to 32 inches. So guess what? I'm out.
It doesn't, mine is 22 inches. So it probably doesn't go to 22 either.
Right?
Okay. What else you got?
Okay. You guys talked about a lot of people that are coming up, and you also mentioned some past archers, but how important do you think that it is for those new archers to absorb the stories and the history from the pioneers that came before them?
How important is it?
Yeah.
Is this a free kill thing?
No.
No,
This
Oh,
is
because I'm marrying that.
this is just in general, how important is it?
Anyone that doesn't learn from history is doomed to repeat it. And I think it's incredibly important. I think archery as a whole absolutely sucks donkey balls on appreciating our history. Yeah, me and you and people like us, we get it.
Yeah.
But I think that on the whole, we do a terrible job with recognizing our history. So for anyone that's up and coming, learn. Everyone says, wise means I learn from my mistakes. Well, how about you learn from other people's mistakes?
Yeah. Yeah.
So that is either 1A or 1B.
Yeah. No, I like that. I get inspired, we can learn, but also like, I just love to celebrate the pioneers. Like I'd love to have Chuck Adams on here.
Right.
Chuck Adams, and it drives me crazy that there's a lot of new bow hunters who don't even know who he is
At all.
And that's, that shouldn't be allowed basically. But I've also heard of like NBA guys or NFL young guys don't know who the greats of
Correct.
in that. So I think it's just it's just how the world works, but I wish we were better. I mean, as I said, hunters are known for respect and honor and things like that. Part of that to me means also respecting and honoring those who came before us.
100%.
And learning, and you said learning from it, but even just acknowledging
Reverence. You have to have reverence.
Reverence. Like, M.R. James, he wrote that book, 45 Unforgettable Bow Hunters, Chuck Adams' Life at Full Draw. I have all of them. And I just like am so immersed in that and have been forever. But I wish, I think that's a good question, but I wish the young guys just embrace that more.
100%. Well, I mean, and so much has changed that understanding not just what they accomplished and how they paved the way for all of us to get here, but what they had to deal with and the equipment they had to deal with. Like they accomplished that without social media.
Yeah.
Chuck Adams accomplished that without the internet.
Yeah. Nuts.
Like it's,
Yeah.
Randy Olmers and all. It's like, not only do they not understand what they did, they don't understand the framework and the context in which they had to do it.
Yeah. I know Chuck shot fingers forever.
Right.
Heavy, like an arrow like this. What is this one? 2314.
Yeah.
I mean, this is exactly, well, I didn't shoot feathers, but this is about what I shot, something like this. And this is so light. What is this? A Thunderhead 125 here?
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah. But this arrow is so, I mean, I don't know.
But the bows back then were, you know,
220 feet a second.
right. They're all
230.
little wheels on the top of,
Yeah, just like that PSE one that I had here. But yeah, they just didn't perform like they do now. But to kill, wasn't easy.
No, not at all.
Wasn't easy. This is from my buddy Mark Smith.
Oh, nice.
Says I think he killed what does it say, a mule deer?
Mark killed some hammers.
Yeah, 9/16/1995.
Damn.
Apparently, this killed a mule deer.
Nice.
So that's pretty cool. But yeah, what else you got?
All right, this is my last question. I don't know, for those of you that are listening, you won't get this, but even watching, you are a mountain of a human being.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
I think you broke my hand when I shook it. And now I'm going to have to beat off with my left. But I'm
that
just
was
curious,
mean.
as somebody who, obviously does some backcountry hunts, what does your like calorie count look like using dehydrated meals, snacks when going into the backcountry?
Well, in all transparency, the most backcountry I've ever did was hunting moose with my buddy Dave up in Alaska.
Okay.
And all I will say there is we came prepared. So I got there and it was like cold, sleeting, but we had to drive all the way up to the slope, all the way up to Coldfoot, long way. Well, in the time so when I arrived, the weather was, and he's like, bro, we're going to crush. So I get there and it's like, all of a sudden the next day it's like 48. We're like, this should be okay. Bro, it was in the 60s.
Ooh.
So we went up there prepared to like pack in.
Yeah.
And we get up there and he's like, that ain't going to work.
Yeah.
Because that ain't going to work. You know how it is in Alaska. Like the went out of Coldfoot, the freaking fish and game guy's there with his plane. And like, if you literally kill something too far in, they will literally ticket you because they're like, you can't get the meat out.
Yeah.
So we didn't end up doing that. So I will just say that I was glad that his truck was close to camp because my miles per gallon absolutely sucks.
Yeah.
But Tundra Rabbit mixed with Mountain House equals plenty of toilet paper.
And that can get you by for a little while, I guess.
I was smashing multiples at a time.
Yeah.
Several, but it's like right now I'll do intermittent fasting regularly. So like right now I'm 285, 290, right around there, and so, but when I went up to hunt in Alaska, I'm like, I don't need to, no. So I cut down to like 265.
Oh, little guy.
Yeah, midget. And so I was like, I don't need to be 290 walking around the tundra because for anyone that's walked around the tundra trying to step on those,
it's hard work.
Hairy basketballs that move.
Yeah,
I won't call them what they call them up there, but
it's inappropriate.
So
Yeah,
yeah. And so,
and James loves hairy balls.
Correct. They're big. They're giant.
He loves big hairy balls.
Yeah, they're
right on his face.
They're substantial and they move like normal. And so no. So as far as food like that goes, it's a lot. But
are they called ninja heads?
Yes, they are. They are called that, actually. You are right on the money.
That is inappropriate.
We are taking it back in 2026, but you got to use it in the right context. And but yes. Yeah. So my food consumption, my food consumption on a regular day, 5,000 calories is simple.
Whoa.
Well,
you're starving right now then.
Oh no, I ate before this started.
Oh, did you?
Is there an In-N-Out over here?
No.
Damn it.
I know.
I might drive straight down the 5 to Medford because my normal
is Grants Pass.
Yes.
Then you can cut over.
Yes.
Oh,
so
gotcha.
my normal at In-N-Out is 3 3x3s.
Yeah.
Fries and a drink. That's my norm.
So he beats you.
Yeah, we just talked about our In-N-Out orders.
We did.
Yeah. 3 3x3s, spread only. Fries and a drink.
Is 3x3s 3 patties?
Yeah.
On each one?
Yeah.
So you have 9 patties.
Yeah. But the trick is
talk about shitting.
But no, it's good, man. So, the trick is you got to open up the burger and you put the fries in the burger, and then you put the burger back together and you eat it with the fries in the middle.
I think we need to go to Grants Pass right now.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Good.
So, and that's if I go after I worked out.
Mm-hmm.
The 3 3x3s is a start. But yeah, my miles per gallon sucks. So,
yeah.
But not to your level because I'm not that good. But when I know I'm going to be going on a hunt or something like that, I will weeks and weeks ahead of time start preparing. because I can't bring 5,000 calories a day
Yeah, that's tough.
hunting.
That's tough.
You just can't.
No.
So I'll do intermittent fasting and I'll do other stuff and cut down in weight to, do that.
Remember this? Like, remember how you see that rubber right there?
Yes.
On this, like, the more you tighten it up, the more it sticks out.
It used to squish out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took
Still
those
does.
back then. I took those out,
Yeah. Why?
and then I would heat up the insert and just spin it.
So that's just to line up with the vein, right?
Well,
Is that what they're doing?
That's what. It was,
no, it was.
That's what it was for, so you could line up with those. But for me, I just used it to make sure it spun true because back then shit didn't spin super straight.
And back then also, if this blade on the inside was straight to the riser, you probably pull that arrow off if you had an overdraw.
Yes.
Remember that? Because it's like we didn't have seems like you didn't have the clearance.
No, absolutely not. Well, like my first bow was given to me by a hunting buddy named George Reines over in Klamath Falls, and it was a 145-pound Oregon Windwalker with 24 19s that I shot with fingers.
God.
That was 1999.
What was the axle on that bitch?
78.
I mean, fingers with that thing?
Yeah, no, it was 40.
Just pulling 145 pounds with fingers, dude?
It's my first bow. I didn't know any different.
Well, that's unethical.
Well-
You don't need to shoot. I get criticized for what I shoot, let alone what if people knew that?
Dude, with those Cabela's broadheads that cost like 7 cents each.
Yeah.
They
Made out of tinfoil.
They corkscrewed the whole way down there, and I had no idea what I was doing. But I shot a mule deer frontal right through the throat at like 42.
What was good about having that shitty arrow flight is it would kind of gut the animal as it went through.
Right.
And then you walk up to it, the guts are out, you just drag it out.
It was better than any single bevel ever created.
Well,
Yeah.
Greg, it's been awesome talking bow hunting
Absolutely,
and
buddy.
archery with you.
I
And
appreciate
it. I've been wanting to get you here for a long time. I love you when you're on podcasts. I love all your insights and perspective and thoughts and opinions. So thank you so much for sharing so much of it with me today.
I appreciate you having me, man. It's been a long time coming, and you keep on like you are, brother.
Yeah, we're a bunch of old guys still trying to do it.
Well, it's like I say anytime, and I'm not a small person. People be like, God damn. I'm like, look, I'm just an old dude trying not to go down without a fight.
That's it. Well, you're kicking ass. I love to see you being successful and love what you offer this world. Thank you.
I appreciate it, buddy.
All right,
Thank you.
brother. Thank you.